long, hard day of consuming football.
Football is all I got.
And as we all know, the only way to prevent a hangover is to have another round.
Don't it feel good when your crowd behind you? You know what I'm saying? Let's give them something to cheer for now.
East Bend College Football Game Night. Early game scores and recaps, along with previews of the big night games.
Sponsored by the Waterworks and Header Heating, Cooling, and Plumbing. From sump pumps and water heaters to full-service heating and cooling repair and replacement. The Waterworks and Header tackle it all.
Well, it was long. Wasn't that hard.
No.
Eric Reeser, Jeff Thidoff, you heard Isaiah in the update. 70-0 was the final score today at Ohio Stadium in front of slightly less than last week between the Buckeyes and the Texas Longhorns. I think the attendance today was 100,624, which included Tito and son of Tito.
Yes.
How'd it go, bud?
It went well. So Artie's almost 9. And look, he was upset with me because we didn't let him go to the Texas game.
I would be too. What the heck, Dad?
No, I'm going to tell you why. He said, but I'm going to the Penn State game, right? And I said, I don't think so, Artie. He says, why not? And I'll tell you why.
Yes.
Because 5 minutes left to go in the half. Hey, Dad, I think I want to leave. You want to leave?
Today.
Yeah. Today, yeah. I want to leave. And then we start walking. I said, okay, fine. We left at halftime. Right before the half ended, we left. And we're walking. We've got, obviously, look, Reeser gets VIP treatment when he parks at the stadium. I don't. I'm like Scooby-Doo 12. I'm a week away. So we have to walk to the car, walk to get picked up. My wife picked us up. But nonetheless, Dad, my legs are tired. I don't like this, Dad. This is, can't we, Artie? So that's why he's not going to the Texas game or the Penn State game, because he wants to leave at halftime and complains about walking. If you're going to do those things, you're not going to the game with me.
I think that's an important lesson to teach your kid.
Yes.
That's a good dad job out of you, because Michael Bennett, when he was on with Beam earlier, giving Buckeye leaves to all the fans who stayed after halftime.
Huge.
That would not include you
us.
And your son.
There's no way to include us, yes.
Which is understandable, unfortunate, because, today you knew what was going to happen going into it. I think on Friday at Bishop and Friends, I thought this would be 63-3.
I heard you guys do that.
Would be the final score of today's game. Well, they decided to tack on 7 more points, thanks to Riley Pettijohn having great situational awareness for being an 18-year-old. And I think from what you saw today from the Buckeyes, you got a glimpse of the future, the immediate and the not too distant but somewhat distant future. And it all looks really great for the top-ranked team in the country.
So, Reeser, I heard you guys on Bishop and Friends on Friday talking about this game and your expectations and what the things were, your 3 big things at the end, 3 things at the end you guys talked about. And we both had high expectations for this outcome of this game. I think they exceeded it.
I think so, too.
Like that's weird to say. Oh, they're going to blow them out. They're going to take care of business. It won't be a contest. They will flex their muscles, all of those things. And they flexed it more.
Yeah. They did more flexing
yes.
than I thought was possible from an Ohio State team, because so often in these games, whether it be an FCS opponent like a Youngstown State or the Drek of the Mid-American Conference, you would have games that would be decided into the third quarter, and you would still kind of see the ones out there. Mm-hmm. And you would still see them just try to run the ball and milk clock. Now, that was kind of the case today, but you saw everybody out there.
Yeah.
All 3 quarterbacks got a chance to play. I think I would have liked to see a little bit more Tavian St. Clair, but the way the game was going, you'd have to absolutely give, if you were giving Buckeye leaves in such a game like this, to that running back room. That you had heard about Bo Jackson all summer throughout training camp, how he was going to pop. But boy, did he today. And James Peoples and C.J. Donaldson, that's going to be a great 1-2 punch that you have for you in games this season. But I do think Bo Jackson made the case for why not more of him as the season goes on. You're going to need as many bodies as possible as you go through a 16-game season. You're going to try to get to January 19th unscathed. Right. This is exactly the kind of game you need to have, where everybody gets a touch, everybody gets a carry, everybody gets a rep, and you get it on game film so that you have more confidence in them in case of emergency break glass situations.
You look at it, and Reese, because of how much better the OL is for us versus their DL, okay, so that's going to be there. But, so you can't really say, okay, well, judging the running back situation, the running backs, is difficult because of that. But what you can't shy away from is the vision.
Yeah.
Like, there's a hole there, but you still have to see it. I know it's a big hole. I know there's that. But the fact that Bo Jackson made the right reads on that, and you could see him when he found the spots to go into, he did not make bad decisions. I loved watching him out there.
It was a treat. I was hoping when I saw the final stat line for Jackson, it was 9 carries, 108 yards, and a touchdown.
Right.
And he had 12 yards a carry was what he averaged out at today. And I was like, man, I'd love to see more of that. And I think Ohio State's going to get the chance to throw a lot of their ponies out there next week against the Bobcats.
He had 8 for 98 at one point. Came out of the game, and they brought West in there. Do you think that Ryan Day was made aware, hey, he's 2 yards from 100?
I was just about to ask that.
I wonder if
you saw Isaiah West come in there. I think Sam Dixon got a couple carries.
Yes, he did.
And I do think someone said to him, hey, we got to get Bo over 100.
What I wonder.
Which I love.
Okay, I love it too. And I hope that was the case. I hope it was somebody said, because I hope this, like Ryan Day was like, you know what, West is playing now. We're not going to put Bo back in there. And then someone says, hey, Ryan, just so you know, 100-yard game maybe for Bo here. And he puts him back in.
It's incredible. It's what you have for Ohio State is right now they're the number 1 team in the country. You're certainly going to look like that anytime you play a team like Grambling out of the FCS. And, you know, you look around in some of the other teams in the top 10, and right now we got our eyes on Michigan and Oklahoma. And while that's not a top 10 matchup, it's the only game this week featuring 2 ranked teams playing against each other. And so this was really kind of the college football week 2 for the sickos.
Yeah. Right.
If you were going from noon to 9 o'clock where we are now, 10 minutes after 9 o'clock Eastern time, you really love the sport. But there was a lot that went on today that I do think will, for Ohio State, set them up in great situations in the next couple of months and in the next couple of years by getting guys out there today. And even for Julian Sain, you know, the quarterback for this team, there are things you can kind of nitpick.
Yep.
There are little things that you can look back to him and say, we can improve on that.
Right.
There's not much.
No, but there's one thing really you could.
What were you going to?
Okay, listen. If we were sitting here saying Julian Sain was 19 for 19 with 5 touchdowns and no interceptions, it's much different than 18 for 19, 4 touchdowns, 1 interception. It's a minor thing.
These are all going to be minor things.
I know they are.
Tito.
You're right. But I'm just saying the fact that
you beat a team by 70 points.
How close he was to being 19 for 19.
Yeah.
I don't know what the record is for Ohio State most completions without an incompletion.
Will Howard had a game, I think, where he had kind of a streak going. But
right. But I can't believe Ohio State quarterback ever went 19 for 19 or better, which is why I'm saying like it was that close to being an epic game for him.
The interception that Sain throws in the second quarter, I think I hated the play more than I kind of hated everything else. But I understand in a game like this, you're going to try something like that.
Sure.
Where they only have the 2 guys into the end zone, and you're thinking all of them are going to float to Jeremiah Smith.
Right.
Because in like the 2 touchdowns that Jeremiah scored, I don't think they remembered that he was on the field, or it felt like at least for the first one where he has that 87-yard touchdown catch and run, which I learned that was the second longest pass play in school history. And
what was the first one?
It was back. I think they said They said it on the broadcast. Okay. It was 2023 or 2013. It ended in a 3, but I'll try to check back in the break. But it felt like the Grambling corner, he stopped to take the tight end in the flat, and the safety didn't come over.
Yeah.
And I just remember saying to myself, because Jake Butt, who's tremendous on the broadcast,
I like him too,
made a point that, you know, the corner thought he had safety all over the top, and I'm like, nah, safety didn't want any of it.
Yeah. No.
I don't think that's the case. I think it was obviously blown assignments on that play, and most are going to be because no coach in their right mind would ever not scheme for Jeremiah Smith.
Yes.
But in those situations, it's just like, hey, you got to get 4.
Yes.
But so I get the idea of trying that play in the red zone, but the way Ohio State had been running the ball, I thought at least try to punch it in there and don't put Julian in a spot where he's going to throw. And he was late.
Yeah, he
was late to the front corner of the end zone, and obviously the Grambling defensive back makes a great play on the ball. And so you nitpick after a game like that, but that's something you can look at in the film and say, Julian, you've got to see that early. You've got to see that play develop, and he knows what the play is going to be. Everybody's trying to get Jeremiah, so you've got your one guy open in the corner. That ball's got to be out earlier.
Making a singular mistake as a quarterback in a 70-0 win, that's the best time to have a singular mistake. You know what I mean?
And that's the best time to try a play like that.
It is.
I felt for Ryan Day and for Brian Hartline and Billy Fessler, they've done such a wonderful job of from week 1 to week 2 giving Julian more to do.
Yep.
And then that comes with a lot of confidence. That comes with a lot of poise shown by Julian. But then for Julian to go out there and do it all.
Yeah.
and to show that, yeah, I'm QB1 for this operation. And we'll get to Lincoln later on in the program because I do think it was a really good performance by him today, too.
Sure. Yeah, I agree. Lincoln did. I love watching Lincoln play behind a very good offensive line.
Yes.
Because I don't want the Missouri thing. The Missouri stuff, I want to forget about that forever.
I think so does Lincoln. So does Carson Hinsman.
I know. That's like.
I mean, so did probably everybody in that, the Woody Hayes Athletic Center. Probably, at least I would hope. I don't know how much cloud storage they have, but they've deleted the tape from that. It doesn't need to see the light of day anymore.
It's a first girlfriend.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? It's like, I want to forget. The next one's really good. And the one after that's really good also. Yeah. But the first one, though, it's like, it was just, You
even got to see a little Tavian St. Clair, and I was thrilled that they were able to throw him in the football game. We are going to get perspective from a man who was covering the sidelines for this game for the Ohio State Sports Network, Tyler Danberg, on with us next. It's Fans College Game Night on The Fan.
All the 10 TV people come over to our side of the building to take a deuce. That should tell you something about how we operate. The Fan.
Week number 1, it all starts now, and every touchdown brings you closer to a payout with DraftKings Sportsbook, an official sports betting partner of the NFL. New customers, this one's for you. You bet just $5 and get $300 in bonus bets. Poof, instantly. Plus, grab over $200 off NFL Sunday Ticket from YouTube and YouTube TV. Gotta love that quad box, right? Your season starts now. Download the DraftKings Sportsbook app and use code THEFAN971. That's code THEFAN971 to get $300 in bonus bets instantly when you place your first bet of $5 or more. Plus, over $200 off NFL Sunday Ticket from YouTube and YouTube TV. In partnership with DraftKings, the crown is yours. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER. 21 plus. Ohio only. Eligibility restrictions apply. Bonus bets expire 7 days after issuance. See sportsbook.draftkings.com/promos. NFL Sunday Ticket offer for new subscribers only and auto renews until canceled. Digital games and commercial use excluded. Restrictions apply. Additional NFL Sunday Ticket terms at youtube.com/go/NFL Sunday Ticket/terms. Limited time offer.
1-877 Cars for Kids. KARS Cars for Kids. 1-877 Cars for Kids. Donate your car today.
Call 1-877-CARS for Kids to reach a friendly live agent. Donation's super easy, and your car can be picked up as soon as tomorrow. Call us now.
1-877 Cars for Kids. Donate your car today.
Did you know you can donate real estate too? People can't say enough amazing things about Vanscoy Hair Clinics. Men and women struggle with hair loss every day, and they completely change their lives. Vanscoy Hair Clinics is the only company in Ohio that has PRP, platelet-rich plasma, and the multi-unit hair grafting hair transplant procedure. Go to vanscoyhair.com for more info, or call 614-432-8042. Here's what some of their hair transplant clients have said.
Around 26, 27, I lost almost all of my hair on top. It changed my life in ways that I could not imagine.
My hair is going to continue growing for the rest of my life.
There is hope that you can do something about your hair loss.
Multi-unit hair grafting gives you 3 times more hair per procedure, saving you time and money. Hair transplants are more affordable than ever, and PRP is a fast, easy, and effective 45-minute treatment for thinning or damaged hair. Call Vanscoy for a free consultation, 614-432-8042, or visit vanscoyhair.com. That's 614-432-8042. Find out what procedure will restore your hair.
Taking out the trash. Hey, Columbus, this is Zach Bourne.
And Jacoby Bourne.
When it comes to waste service, you want a team that knows how to deliver under pressure, just like Saturdays in the fall.
At Bourne Brothers Waste Services, our team is built on toughness, teamwork, and consistent execution.
We're the most reliable and customer service-focused waste company in Central Ohio.
Whether it is recycling, trash, construction waste, roll-off containers, front loads, or compactors, we have it handled.
Call now or visit bournebrothers.com and let us tackle your waste needs.
Taking out the trash.
If you have an unhealthy obsession with the Blue Jackets, we have just the remedy. Join us Wednesday nights at 7 for the Inside Edge. All the Jackets and hockey conversation you can handle. The Fan, Ohio sports destination.
Lanny went to college and racked up huge debt.
A little bit over $100,000.
For a degree he couldn't use? Now what?
I had a friend that went to my computer career.
They even helped him get hired immediately after graduation.
One of the things I love about IT is that you can work from anywhere you want.
You could become an IT pro in just months, including cybersecurity and the basics of AI with zero experience at mycomputercareer.edu. My Computer Career, an elite CompTIA certification partner.
It worked for me, and I know it can work for you.
This is one student's experience. Individual results vary.
Would you enjoy watching a football game if the officials were paid a bonus for every flag they threw? Or a basketball game where the refs got paid for every foul they called? Okay, how about hiring a furnace and AC company that pays its technicians by the number of parts they can sell you? Hi, this is Dennis, president of Care Heating and Cooling, and today, this is how many companies operate. They call it performance pay, and it rewards technicians by paying them more for billing you more. Why is this bad? Because it abuses your trust in a technician to be treated fairly and honestly. At Care, we've been family-owned for 31 years and have always paid our technicians by the hour for repairs. We'll show you exactly what needs to be fixed and why, and give you our low upfront costs before we start. And unlike other companies, our technicians will never be rewarded for throwing more flags. Our Central Ohio-based staff is here for you 7 days a week. Care Heating and Cooling. Book an appointment online at careheatingandcooling.com or call us at 1-800-COOLING. When you need a company you can trust.
The football season now stretches from August to late January, and we can't afford not to be at our very best all season. Hey guys, it's Eric Reeser, and if you're like me, looking at the calendar wondering how you're going to stay at 100% for the next 5 months, do what I did. Go see my friends at Hydrate Me Med Spa. I went to their Grandview location, got hooked up with a fast vitamin push that's got me feeling better than I have in years, and the NAD Plus has me thinking better too. From IV to aesthetic treatments, look great, feel great at Hydrate Me Med Spa. 4 locations, Grandview, Granville, New Albany, and Dublin. Book your appointment at hydratememedspa.com.
Fan weather.
From the Logan AC and Heat Services Weather Center.
Hey there, Central Ohio. I'm 10 Weather Impact meteorologist Michael Behrens. Your latest forecast. We're looking at pretty quiet conditions for the rest of this evening. Skies will clear. Temperatures dropping down into the low 50s. We'll be into the low 70s Sunday with mostly sunny conditions. Mostly clear and 40 Sunday night. Sunny again on Monday. Highs in the mid 70s with temperatures slowly warming through next week. That's your latest 10 Weather Impact forecast. I'm meteorologist Michael Behrens on 97.1 The Fan.
We've been your Jackets flagship station since day one. All the goals, all the action, all the memories. Your home for the Columbus Blue Jackets, the Fan Ohio sports destination. This is Fan College Football Game Night. Scores, recaps, and hot takes.
Damn, I love football.
Hot. The Fan Ohio sports destination.
Reeser and Tito rolling with you until 11 o'clock tonight as week 2 of the college football season kind of wraps up. We're looking out in Norman as the Sooners have a 14-0 lead over Michigan as that game is at the half. We go out now to the Bryant Heating and Cooling Systems fan guest hotline, a man who is roaming the sidelines today at the Shoe for the Ohio State Sports Network. He is Tyler Danberg, the sideline reporter for Ohio State. Tyler, thanks so much for the time tonight. But how were things in week 2 for you? I know they got fireworks pretty early for an Ohio State offense. What'd you see from Julian Saint in his second start that made you go, wow, this guy's the guy?
Well, Eric, Tito, first off, great to be with you guys. I mean, he was just so locked in from the onset. And I think it goes to show, he felt like he was in a rhythm after those first 5-6 throws. And they just did a great job letting him establish with a couple of short passes, and then he started to let things go. I mean, he's got such a great rapport and a great connection with Jeremiah Smith. I mean, Jeremiah will tell you, that's my guy. And he said, I have to have a good connection with my quarterback. And I think that those two were on. Him and Carnell Tate were on. And when the quarterback has such an immediate connection early on in the game with his 1 and 2 receivers, it's infectious. And you guys saw it. Went down the line with every single receiver and tight end that he worked with today. And outside of the interception, well, actually, he was really 19 for 19 when you look at his rate. But the most consecutive completions to start off the game now in Ohio State history, surpassing Will Howard's 14 straight last year.
Yeah, very impressive. And when you look at it, I wonder if this is about, if you ask Ryan Day, ask Ryan Day to script the first 2 games of the season this year, this might be perfect, right? A close game against Texas, they get a win, and they play a very mistake-free game, and then now they come out here and dominate a team they should dominate. Isn't this about the perfect start to the season for Ohio State?
It 100% is, Tito, because they were able to win and play to about every type of way possible. I mean, you look at the smash mouth, trestle ball like football that it took to beat the number 1 team in Texas. They showed that playing tight defense and running the football could win a ball game. And then today, they just turn it loose. I mean, they've put their players in almost every single situation that you could deal with, and we're just 2 games into this thing. And I think the biggest takeaway that I took away from talking to Coach Day after the game, guys, was he was talking about tempo. You know, he said that they shied away from playing out of a huddle today, which they did a lot against Texas, where they outpossessed them by over 4 minutes. But today they wanted to go up tempo, they wanted to be more explosive, and they did that. And he said, you know, maybe that's not how we're going to do it every single game, but it's good to know that we can play up tempo. And I think in this day and age, if you can win a game in many different ways, as long as you find how it is you're going to win that game in that week, that's really where you can be dangerous.
Tyler Danberg is our guest. He covers the sidelines for the Ohio State Sports Network. Tyler, we talked in the last segment about Julian Saint, and we kind of got into a little bit of Lincoln Keenholz discussion, but from the other 2 quarterbacks for the Buckeyes, Keenholz and then Tavian St. Clair, what did you see from them on the field today that made you think, all right, the future's in good hands?
I think the way you can describe Keenholz there was systematic. Obviously, he was in a situation where his team was up a lot, where he's not going to throw the ball a lot. But you saw what he did when he could get activated and chuck it a little bit. I mean, he looked poised. He looked like everything a Ryan Day system quarterback could be. And he showed off some of that athleticism, too, with those design runs. You know, he could be a potential guy that they could give the ball to in some red zone scenarios if they feel like he's the one that could punch it in with his legs. And then Tavian St. Clair, I thought that first throw he had, the first throw he had, he threaded it in a really, really tight space to Nate Roberts, and it looked like Roberts, the freshman tight end, made the catch for a first down, but obviously it's a 40-point game. You're not going to go back and take a look at that play. But I thought that St. Clair, obviously he wasn't going to be throwing it a lot. He was the designated hander-offer, but from the times that he went out to throw, he looked confident, and he's a big frame too. I mean, it's a very imposing presence. I think Sayin does everything right. He's Mr. Cool. He's continues to be more vocal and is such a great presence and demeanor at quarterback. Keenholz is your athlete who can really do a lot of different things, and he's going to continue to get better. And then St. Clair is really the guy, you know, in the future that he's a big presence and a big frame, and he's got the tools and intangibles that, you know, a couple years from now, assuming that he's able to stay, like the Bell Fountain, Ohio native could be a guy that's the future of this program.
You know, so I'm watching the game, and, you know, 70-0 is not that much different than 70-3 or 70-7. Nonetheless, I got to believe you're down there, you kind of feel the vibe, you get the energy. Didn't the team, like, were they really like, we want to shut this team out, we don't want to let them score?
Yeah, that's a great point, because I think the way that you can describe the way the sideline was, it was an organizationally loose sideline, because and I think the offensive guys, because, you know, you put up 70 points, you're going to be excited. You know, guys are smiling. They're all smiles, all grins. But I think the defense especially, you know, it's a very routine type of thing on the sidelines. You go out in the field, you do your work, you make your stops, you limit the offense, you come back, and you talk things over as a position group. I think that's a testament to the coaching staff is every time, especially when the defense comes off the field, they're getting together as a position group, and they are talking and going over what they need to do next time and what went well on the previous possession. I think the offense does a great job of that as well. It's just a very unified group of positions, and I think that was the biggest thing is that, yeah, this defense is pitching a shutout, and they want to keep it that way because, to be honest, I mean, shutouts, regardless of whether it's FCS or Power 4, shutouts are hard to come by in this day and age. So props to the defense back-to-back years with a shutout in the season, because they did that against Purdue last year.
Yeah, Tyler, 7 points through 2 games. I know coming into the season, I think a lot of people were wondering, pretty much everybody, where Matt Patricia was going to be on game days. And it's just really cool to see him down on the field, just from your vantage point, especially in moments where Riley Pettijohn comes in and puts his helmet on the ball and they get it, or he has a scoop and score. I think he had one of 2 or he at least recovered a fumble, then forced a fumble on the day. What's his energy like with those defensive players? And then just how the game went along today. I know you'd mentioned some of that energy coming off the defensive guys, but when they started to see those true freshmen pop, what was that like from your vantage point?
It was so special. It's a testament to the brotherhood of this program, because after Riley Pettijohn made the play, guys, it really felt like a bunch of older brothers just watched their younger bro do something big. And that's exactly what it was. I mean, everybody was just huddled around Riley Pettijohn after making the play. Aaron Scott Jr. making the interception that would eventually be overruled. Like, there was nobody on the sidelines more fired up than Tim Walton after Aaron Scott made the play. And then Carlos Laughlin, the running backs coach, after Isaiah West and Bo Jackson scored their first touchdowns. And for position coaches to be the first guys to greet their players up the field is really cool. And for Matt Patricia, guys, I mean, I would have to think he is so refreshed to be at the college level for the first time in 2 decades and to be doing what he's doing, because he's electrifying down on the sidelines. I mean, he's everywhere. He's bouncing from, every position group has their own designated bench area, and he's bouncing around from group to group and going over stuff with the linebackers with James Laurinaitis and the DBs with Tim Walton and the D-line with Larry Johnson. He's just constantly having communications, which is everything you'd want out of a defensive coordinator, especially one with the pedigree that he has.
Oh, okay, you are now 2 weeks into your career doing Ohio State sideline reporting. And I'm curious from your perspective, what has surprised you? Like when you said, okay, I'm going to be the Ohio State sideline reporter, I'm going to do all this, but like, so you've got these different things like, hey, this is what it's going to be like, but has something surprised you about what this job was or what the atmosphere was or whatever? Has something surprised you after 2 games?
That's a great question. I really would say just how well organized everything is, and I'm taking this out of from a non-biased lens, but it's just everything from warm-ups to even the position groups coming out and getting stretched and warm to what happens between series offensively and defensively. Everything's just so incredibly organized. And I'd have to imagine from Ryan Day's point of view, him being able to delegate the play calling to Brian Hartline, you'd have to think that he plays an incredibly large role in organizing all of that and being in charge of creating that order within the different groups. I was stunned week 1 at just how routine and riding a bike it was, where guys would get off the field and they're just open and they're together. And I think that's really cool and a testament to how this team likes to operate. And I thought that was really just something that, seeing it today, seeing how locked in the defense was, even when they're throwing a shutout up by 70 points, that's really cool.
It's been a heck of a 2 weeks for Buckeye fans. And Tyler, it's been
undefeated with Tyler, right?
You're 2-0. How you feel?
Pressure's on, guys. Yeah. Pressure's on.
Well, next week you got the reigning, defending Mid-American Conference champions in town. So that's the true litmus test for you. We'll see how things go. But thanks so much for the time tonight. Go get some rest, and we'll talk to you next week, all right?
Thank you, guys. A big win for the Bobcats. It's going to be a fun week next week.
They were playing West Virginia, or the John Denver song.
Right, yeah.
The Bobcats were in their locker room after beating the Mountaineers earlier this afternoon. But yes, that is the opponent for next week, with Tyler Danberg kind enough to give us some of his time tonight, courtesy of the Bryant Heating and Cooling Systems fan guest hotline. Boy, that defense is a lot of fun and is going to be a lot of fun in years to come. That's next. It's College Game Night on the Fan.
Hey, Columbus, it's T-Bone for Window Nation. Now is the best time of year to buy new windows. Whether you have old, drafty windows or maybe just the cheap builder's grade ones your house came with, September is the perfect month to protect your home against another cold, snowy winter. And right now, Window Nation is offering their most popular offer. Buy 2 replacement windows, get 2 for free. Plus, you won't pay any interest, monthly payments, or down payment for 2 years. You heard that right. Window Nation gives you the option to pay nothing until 2027. Are you a Buckeye fan? Well, when you replace all the windows in your home, Window Nation will also give you 2 free tickets to an upcoming Ohio State football game. With Window Nation, you get top quality windows from a trusted company, and it's all at a reasonable price because they know replacing windows is an investment, and they want to make it affordable for you. Don't miss Window Nation's most popular offer. Right now, buy 2 windows, get 2 for free. And remember, you'll pay nothing for 2 years. Hurry, Columbus, this sale won't last forever. 866-90-NATION or visit windownation.com to get your free quote.
Hey there, you've got a ton of equity in your home. You're sitting on a gold mine. You could do so much with all that cash, like travel, invest it, or pay off debt. But you can't touch it unless you sell your home. But you really don't want to move. And besides, homes are sitting on the market a long time these days. You're trapped, right? Not with TrueHold. With TrueHold, you can cash out your equity in as little as 30 days. But listen, you don't have to move. You can stay in the home you love as a renter. That's TrueHold's Sell and Stay program. Cash out your entire home's value and stay put. TrueHold even covers property taxes, property insurance, and essential repairs. Imagine using that equity to travel, invest, or pay off debt. And you can stay in your home. It's brilliant, especially in this slow market. Get your all-cash offer now. Call 1-855-300-9993. Again, that's 1-855-300-9993. Or visit TrueHold.com. The smarter, faster way to cash out on your home's value without moving. That's TrueHold.com.
Just when you thought afternoons couldn't get any dumber.
You fellas been doing a bit of boozing, have you?
Common Man and Tinley.
Weekdays from 3 to 6.
Your home for dumb. The Fan. 2 jabronis talking football.
Thank you, football god.
No better way to spend a Saturday. This is Fan College Football Game Night.
So proud of the players. Give all the credit to them. They're the ones that went out there and played really fast, really aggressive. Thought they tried to do everything we asked them to do. You know, they were in some tough spots. It's a really good Texas team. Arch is a great quarterback. So coming out of the gate, not really knowing what that was going to look like, you know, that was really difficult. But I'm proud of our guys for stepping up to that challenge. And, you know, all the way across the board, from the front end to the back end, I think those guys just did a tremendous job with the adjustments. And, you know, we were moving a lot of different parts on them. So it was really, really a great effort by the players.
This is defensive coordinator Matt Patricia last week after Texas. But the same could be said about Ohio State's effort against Grambling today. You just kind of switch out the names.
It's all right.
Look, you pitched a shutout.
You did.
It's a team you're far superior than, and it's a situation when you put in your backups and then you kind of go with your third teamers and then your fourth. You basically unloaded your bench on them, and at no point did they let up. I know Grambling missed a field goal.
Yep,
but that's on Grambling, and for Ohio State for the Silver Bullets, it was a perfect game.
Reese, there are times when you have these should dominate games. This was one of them. But there's been other times you've seen schools, I don't know, State, Appalachian, you know, where like it's a game you should win and you don't. And this was not one of the, it wasn't even close. Florida today, Clemson today against Troy. They should have rolled Troy, and it was close in the fourth quarter.
It was closer than it should have been. Yeah, the Tigers trailed 16-3 at the half.
Yes.
And they ripped off 17 straight points. And I think Clemson ended up getting a little bit more comfortable of a win than what the score would indicate. 27-16 was the final there.
Yeah.
And yeah, I think if you're a Tigers fan, you're not thrilled with that.
No, I wouldn't think so either. Could you imagine what it would be like in our social media world if Ohio State was down 16-3 at the half today?
I would not have wanted to do this show.
No, I'm with you. Look,
there have been a lot of yelling.
Yes.
Here's Ryan Day on the performance of his defense from this afternoon. Ryan Day said it this afternoon after Ohio State beat Grambling 70-0.
Is it today?
There was no drop off in the Silver Bullets after they went to the twos.
Well, it was good to get our some of our depth in there. And when you put depth in, sometimes you expect a significant drop off, and that didn't happen, and that was a good sign.
Grambling had some plays, but in a 4-quarter football game, you're going to have some.
Bend don't break though. It's like They certainly
I think it was better, but yeah.
Yeah, I mean,
your point.
Grambling, though, they certainly had a couple of decent gains, but it's just the Silver Bullets. The Buckeyes just never go. Silver Bullets. Are we calling them that every year, or do they have to earn it?
So I would say they have to earn it, but
Okay.
I would think after last week's performance against Texas, I mean, you just heard from Matt Patricia talking about that Texas win.
Yeah,
I
that's
think
right.
they earned the moniker in week 1.
Okay.
And so they get to carry
now
that in
Silver
week 2.
Bullets.
It's 7 points through 2 weeks.
Is it season long? Can they be now? Are they now Silver Bullets the rest of the season?
I think there is an opportunity for them to lose it, yeah, but I don't
they could
see
lose
that
it.
happening. And I guess not being a former Buckeye, I
Right.
shouldn't be able to make that designation. So on this,
Who do we ask?
for the purposes of this program, well, maybe Monday morning at 6 a.m., you can ask Bobby Carpenter on Morning Juice.
Were they silver? Were they Silver Bullets in 02, you think? I'll ask him that. That's
You'll
a
have
super
to
tease.
ask about
That's a
super
mega tease
for
right there.
Monday.
Yes, that's really good.
Monday at 6 a.m.
I'm not asking Tyvus.
Jeff
'cause
Thidoff will
Tyvus-
ask. I think because when Tyvus was playing in 2012, I think they were Silver Bullets.
You think so then?
But
Okay.
I do not remember that moniker being back with the 02
I love
title
the
team.
fact that we just now knocked out one segment for my show that makes my show prep much easier.
You're really
for
done.
Monday.
I mean,
this is really good.
Monday's done for
Oh,
you.
yes, I can do it.
A
Yes.
tease for Sunday, the fan call-in show. It's brought to you by the Sportsbook at Hollywood Casino. It's moving to 8 a.m. Sunday morning during the football season because tomorrow at 11, you know what they're doing?
What are they doing?
Cleveland Browns
Look out.
pregame.
Look out.
I think Titus Powell is going to be on the pre and the post game for Browns football all season long. But it is the Battle of Ohio that starts week 1. So, yeah, we got to move Scotty Vegas and Ryan Baker for the call-in show at 8 o'clock. 821-9710. You want to have your phones ready to dial that in at 8 o'clock because they will take your calls. We're not going to be taking your calls.
Act like Scotty Vegas wouldn't be at the casino anyway 8 a.m. on a Sunday. Okay, act like that if you want to. He was going to be there regardless. Now he's getting paid to do it.
Yeah, I don't think they close. So
They don't.
I wonder
He'd be there, yes.
if during football season he just gets a cot rolled out there for him.
Yes, he does. He does.
Of the Ohio State play, I mean, I know, they did the segment in the network post-game show of Buckeye Leaps, but who of this defensive performance, of this masterclass, really, would you award MVP?
Pettijohn's one. I think he's the one you go with. He scored a touchdown. Anytime, if your defensive player scored a
And you
touchdown,
score?
that's pretty good. And then later on forced a fumble, which was cool as well. True freshman also. You know what I mean? Like that really does mean something. I liked the Caleb interception. That was great. It was a poorly thrown pass. It was a bad decision by the quarterback, but good for Caleb being right there. But yeah, I think Pettijohn's the answer. But really, you could give it to anybody probably on defense and be okay with it just because how much they dominated this game.
Yeah, I mean, you were going to have instances, and you will continue to have instances next week where the quarterback of the opposing team is going to try to make a play.
Yes.
Parker Navarro is a gunslinger in every positive and negative connotation that moniker can be for a quarterback. And so for Caleb Downs, if the quarterback's going to try to make a play, you've got to be able to make the other play.
Yes.
And so I think that's very important. It was, of course, against Arch last week. Here's Ryan Day talking about the aforementioned Riley Pettijohn.
Yeah, you want to see how guys respond. Typically, you fall back to the level of your training. We talk about that all the time, but we've seen Riley in practice do some really good things, but you want to put him in the game to see how he responds. And when you see him make plays like that, in his first time on the field, it's a great sign for a young player.
And again, a great look towards the future, which is what a game like this presents. And I didn't want to come out here, Tito, after a great 70-0 win and say that you don't need to be scheduling these kinds of games against FCS opponents.
Right.
But I still don't think you need to be scheduling these kinds of games against FCS opponents. If you're going to do DREC of the Mid-American Conference.
I hope that at some point, look, college football and the NFL are getting so much closer together now as far as the models for how they do things. And I still believe, look, I'd get rid of the spring game. I would say no more spring game. We're not going to do a spring game. But in August, we're going to play an exhibition game, a preseason game. Come to the stadium and watch it. It'll be Ohio State against a school like this, or Ohio State against a lower level MAC school. But do it that way and then beef up the schedule the other way. And just say, you know what? We don't need a spring game in April. It's fine. We'll do our spring practices. You can come out and watch us practice like they did this year and last year. And all that. Come out, watch practice. You can do all that. But then in August, we're going to have a preseason game against a team we would normally. They still get the money. People look. The shoe will still get 100,000 people.
They did today. And then they
They'll
all
get
left
100,000.
like you at halftime.
My son. Okay, I'm not going to get mad. I'm withholding affection, but I'm not going to get mad.
Well, are you guys going next week?
No, my stepdaughter who graduated from OU a couple years ago, we gave her and her 3 friends tickets to go to that game.
I haven't seen a spread for the Buckeyes and the Bobcats.
What do you think it will be then? Let's do. Is this a segment? Guess the spread?
I'll just do this right now. 24.5.
I think it'll be 31.5.
Okay.
Hey, over there, guys.
Isaiah and Cole.
Keep an eye out there, Cole. And Isaiah, keep an eye and let us know. I got 31.5. Reese has 24.5. Make sure you take a look.
And I'm saying that wearing an Ohio University sweatshirt.
I didn't want to say anything about that, but
Bobcats beat West Virginia 17-10 today.
You're not sitting down. If you were sitting down, you might not see it as clearly, but the fact you decided to stand up. Fish has texted me twice and asked me why you're not wearing an Ohio State thing. I'm wearing a fan shirt, but that's okay.
You're at least wearing the fan uniform.
Yes. By the way, look at this one. This is how new this one is. See what this says on the sleeve right here?
2015 Golf Classic.
Yes, that's how old this fan shirt is.
10-year-old sweatshirt. But hey, as long as it looks good on you and it feels good, then you perform. Wait, what's it? Look good, feel good, play good, pay good?
It doesn't look good.
Isn't how all of that works?
You can see my man boobs every time I sit down on this thing. It feels good.
Michigan's finally on the board. They had a 75-yard touchdown run. They are still down 7. Oklahoma leads 14-7 with about 13 minutes in change left to go from that game in Norman. We'll do some jumping around the country in the top 25 coming up next. It's the Fans College Game Night on the Fan.
If you miss a live show, you can catch the podcast. If you miss the podcast, our hosts have volunteered to have dinner with you.
The meatloaf!
The Fan.
Hey, what's up? It's T-Bone. And if you're gearing up for the big game, don't forget the MVP of desserts, Sanders Chocolate Fudge Bumpy Cake. This legendary treat just made its way to Ohio. Finally! We're talking rich devil's food cake, buttery cream bumps, and a fudge icing that is just unfair. They'd throw a flag on it if it was actually on the field. Bring one to your next tailgate, watch party, or even a team celebration, and you'll be the real hero. Available now at Kroger and Meijer, Sanders Bumpy Cake. It's game day greatness.
At Baths R Us, we believe home improvement is life improvement, and that starts with the team who brings your vision to life. Our installers aren't just skilled, they're experts.
This is who we are. This is what we do all day, every day.
Right now, get $1,500 off a shower or tub replacement or $3,000 off a full bathroom remodel. Plus, low to no monthly payments. Call 380-225-BATH to schedule your free estimate or go to bathsrus.com, 380-225-2284. Baths R Us, where dreams soak in.
Hey, Bobby Carpenter here. After retiring from professional football, I never expected that me, Bobby, I'd have low testosterone. So I went to my friends over at Affinity, I got my labs done, and now I've been on a testosterone replacement plan with Affinity for 8+ years. Best of all, they've supplemented it with peptides and lots of other great products. Learn why me and thousands of men trust the experts at Affinity to feel their best. Get more energy, better workouts, feel like yourself again. And do not waste another day. Get started at feelgreatcolumbus.com today.
Lanny went to college and racked up huge debt.
A little bit over $100,000.
For a degree he couldn't use? Now what?
I had a friend that went to My Computer Career.
They even helped him get hired immediately after graduation.
One of the things I love about IT is that you can work from anywhere you want.
You could become an IT pro in just months, including cybersecurity and the basics of AI with zero experience at mycomputercareer.edu. My Computer Career, an elite CompTIA certification partner.
It worked for me, and I know it can work for you.
This is one student's experience. Individual results vary.
Week number 1, it all starts now, and every touchdown brings you closer to a payout with DraftKings Sportsbook, an official sports betting partner of the NFL. New customers, this one's for you. You bet just $5 and get $300 in bonus bets. Poof, instantly. Plus, grab over $200 off NFL Sunday Ticket from YouTube and YouTube TV. Gotta love that quad box, right? Your season starts now. Download the DraftKings Sportsbook app and use code THEFAN971. That's code THEFAN971 to get $300 in bonus bets instantly when you place your first bet of $5 or more. Plus, over $200 off NFL Sunday Ticket from YouTube and YouTube TV. In partnership with DraftKings, the crown is yours. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER. 21 plus. Ohio only. Eligibility restrictions apply. Bonus bets expire 7 days after issuance. See sportsbook.draftkings.com/promos. NFL Sunday Ticket offer for new subscribers only and auto renews until canceled. Digital games and commercial use excluded. Restrictions apply. Additional NFL Sunday Ticket terms at youtube.com/go/NFL Sunday Ticket/terms. Limited time offer.
This promo is for anyone who likes baseball or America or Terry Francona's scooter. The Reds are on the Fan. Catch all 162 games here on the Fan and 1460 ESPN Columbus and the Fans HD2. Your home for Reds baseball, the Fan.
1-877 Cars for Kids. K-A-R-S Cars for Kids. 1-877 Cars for Kids. Donate your car today.
Call 1-877-CARS for Kids to reach a friendly live agent. Donation's super easy, and your car can be picked up as soon as tomorrow. Call us now, 1-877-CARS for Kids.
Donate your car today.
Did you know you can donate real estate too? People can't say enough amazing things about Vanscoy Hair Clinics. Men and women struggle with hair loss every day, and they completely change their lives. Vanscoy Hair Clinics is the only company in Ohio that has PRP, platelet-rich plasma, and the multi-unit hair grafting hair transplant procedure. Go to vanscoyhair.com for more info, or call 614-432-8042. Here's what some of their hair transplant clients have said.
Around 26, 27, I lost almost all of my hair on top. It changed my life in ways that I could not imagine.
My hair is going to continue growing for the rest of my life.
There is hope that you can do something about your hair loss.
Multi-unit hair grafting gives you 3 times more hair per procedure, saving you time and money. Hair transplants are more affordable than ever, and PRP is a fast, easy, and effective 45-minute treatment for thinning or damaged hair. Call Vanscoy for a free consultation, 614-432-8042, or visit vanscoyhair.com. That's 614-432-8042. Find out what procedure will restore your hair.
Common Man here for Weed Man. I have the greatest lawn in the neighborhood every single year. And the reason why is water and Weed Man. Good news, I'm only selling you one of them. Fall is the perfect time to improve your lawn for next year. The work you do or don't do now is directly reflected next spring. If you want a beautiful spring lawn, it starts now, not next April. Now through the end of September, mention the promo code Common Man and get a free blanket weed control with the purchase of a full program. For a free quote, go to weedman.com. That's weedman.com.
Enjoy all the football this weekend, but remember to join us for Reaction Monday.
Sponsored by the Roofing Guys.
The Fan. Hot takes from the early games, bad predictions for the nightcaps. This is Fan College Football Game Night.
All right, so PSA, we got to stop spitting on people.
Yes.
Like if someone gets in your face, whether it's at the supermarket, at a sporting event, say you catch a home run ball, or you don't catch a home run ball, but like you fight somebody for it, and you come up with a home run ball, and the lady comes over and says, "Hey, no, that's my home run ball." No spitting.
Did you see the reaction of the dad, though? Kind of that bothered me.
What? The dad was ready to fight?
The
Or
fact
the
that
dad
he did like kind of shake.
Yeah, he was putting his dukes up.
He didn't put his dukes up. He put them back. It was the reaction looked like.
I would have been terrified too if I was in that situation.
You don't get terrified.
I'm just trying to watch
it.
Were they in Miami? They're Phillies fans in Miami trying to watch a game. There was a home run hit, and of course, as home runs do, fans and it's Miami, so there weren't too many seats that were full. So you scatter or you move towards the home run. She had it, and then she dropped it. So now it's a live ball,
free ball. Yeah,
and he picks it up and he takes it back, gives it to his son, and she comes storming across the section they're all sitting in and demands that he give the ball to her, and he did. And then it was really cool by the Marlins. I think they gave him
the Phillies.
It was
the Phillies.
The Phillies in Miami.
Yes.
Yeah, they gave him some stuff.
They met the player with the home run, got an autographed bat instead. Very cool. That makes me want to research. If I'm in an event like where I have a situation like that, I will play the heel if my son benefits. Like I will do something obnoxious if it means my son gets to meet the player and get an autograph something. I will do that. Yes.
Okay. That's insane.
I'd rush the field or the court if I was not a fan of the team to get the other team fined.
I don't know how long they were on it. It might have been like a split second. A fan ran onto the field today at Ohio Stadium.
Yes.
But I don't remember them.
Who tackled him? Do we know? Did he get
No. We'll figure that out for another long tease. But I also found out that 1996 was when the Silver Bullets were coined.
Okay.
By Ohio State's then defensive coordinator. Can you name me Ohio State's defensive coordinator in 96?
96 would have been Fred Puggich.
Yes. He said, quote, "We have these great silver helmets at Ohio State, and when the silver helmets are pointing down at an offense and flying down the hill, in the stands it may look like silver bullets coming at you." Actually, that was Ryan Miller who made that quote, but this was their defensive coordinator of the Buckeyes in 96 who coined the phrase.
Right.
So
Fred Puggich.
Bob would have been named a silver bullet, but I do think there are times like in seasons past where they've lost that moniker after giving up 50 some odd points to maybe a Maryland.
Right.
You lose that moniker and you can regain it.
Okay.
Like when you do things such as holding Texas, who's supposed to be this juggernaut offense, to 7 points. The get-right game for the Longhorns was supposed to be today. San Jose State's in town. You're now back in Austin after last week's disappointment. Here we go.
Yep.
And they didn't look the part at first. They won 38-7, but it kind of goes back to the idea that didn't really tell you the tale of what happened on the field. As Oklahoma is now within scoring distance, Sooners lead 14-7. 11 minutes left to go in the third quarter. Old Venmo Mateer found a guy he's a slippery one.
Hey, it was a nice pass, nice
Johnny
catch.
Mateer.
Yes.
He's looked good tonight against Michigan. I mean, the strength of the Wolverines has been their defense, and Bryce Underwood has looked like a freshman quarterback making a start in an environment like this.
Yes.
And it does feel like Sharon Moore doesn't have complete 100% confidence in him that Ryan Day would have in a freshman
Let me
quarterback.
ask you a question.
Sure.
Who would you rather have coaching your team? Wherever your team is. I'm saying your team. Moore or James Franklin?
I might just do it. Could I go out there with Freddie Kitchens?
No.
I think
I'd
take James.
choices.
I take James Franklin.
I think I would also, which tells you a lot about Moore. That we both would take James Franklin, who can't beat any team in the top 5 ever or top 10 ever.
I think Sharon Moore's unbeaten against Ohio State.
Right, I'm just saying that's the part. I think that. Oh, here we go. Cole's got something to say.
Sharon Moore beat James Franklin.
Okay, who would you rather have coaching your team?
Yeah, still I'm going to go with Franklin.
I'm going back to the neither option.
No, you can't say neither.
You can't do neither.
You can't
I
do
tried that, and Tito got me for it.
Sharon Moore, he beat him.
Oh, no.
On the road.
That's the wrong answer. If I had the buzz button, I would hit like the whatever.
Don't have that button available.
I know, it's okay.
I do have a fun take about Arch Manning.
Oh, okay.
Because I saw this from Nicole Auerbach, who said, has anyone figured out what's going on with Arch Manning's arm angle? And I know there was some discussion about this last week where Arch was trying to do a lot of those Patrick Mahomes like sidearm passes.
Yes.
And this was from Chris Felicia?
Chris Fallica.
I'm never going to get his last name right.
He's the Bear.
He's the Bear.
The Bear, yes.
And he does a podcast, Bear Bets Podcasts from Fox Sports. And he dropped this little nugget on the podcast that came out on Friday.
A little birdie said Arch might be a little banged up on his shoulder. So maybe
are we breaking news?
He's going to be fine, but I don't think he was 100% going into that Ohio State game. And then you look at San Jose State last week, lost to Central Michigan, turned the ball over, did not look good. A lot of people like Ken Niumatalolo's team going into the year, but that was a bad loss. I can see this being like a 42-7 type win for Texas.
He's not hurt.
I don't think so either.
I don't think he is.
Because when I saw it last week, when there were, I thought just Texas fans, members of their lunatic fringe, because all fan bases have them, that they were questioning his health because of how bad his throws were. And it's like, well, that's understandable to do because of how poor he was playing. But I think it was more of an effect to how well he was being defended by Ohio State. I just made up a word there. But for Manning, 19 of 30, 295 yards, 4 touchdowns, and an interception. I don't think he's hurt. I just don't think he just might not be the generational quarterback right now.
It would surprise me zero if the source for the Bear on that injury news is a former Longhorn. Like, I bet Chris Sims sold it. Somebody like that. Like, I don't think, maybe Colt McCoy gave him the news.
Yeah.
Because he wasn't hurt. He just made bad choices with that sidearm stuff is crap. And I
just don't think he had anything deep, and he didn't trust himself against what he saw defensively from Ohio State. I think it was more to a point last week of how well Matt Patricia schemed up some of the best players that you could ever ask for in a college defense than what Arch Manning was or is. Or what he'll be is probably really, really good. But I also thought last season that, like, in a college football semifinal game, there's got to be more to Quinn Ewers over Arch Manning than just loyalty.
Yes.
Because you're in a college football semifinal, man. If you've got this guy on the bench that's going to light the world on fire, I mean, I didn't see enough from Quinn that led me to believe you were winning that ball game. So maybe it is Arch time. Because these windows in college football, they open and shut in the blink of an eye.
Yeah.
So for Texas, like last year, I thought their team was better than it is this year. And boy, was it kind of a clunky 38-7 win over San Jose State. Not great week 2 after what they did in Columbus.
Yeah, look, I think that last year, Sark trusted Quinn Ewers more. Arch Manning may have had a higher ceiling, but I think he had a lower floor last year. And look, the things Arch Manning did, I'm sitting here ripping him for the sidearm stuff, but
well, it was wonky. It is wonky in college.
But the decisions he made as far as where he was throwing the ball, how he was throwing the ball, I am not putting that on Arch. I'm putting that as a credit to Ohio State's defense. I think it was something Ohio State did to him versus what Arch Manning couldn't do against Ohio State.
So it was more than just Jalen Carter who spat on Dak Prescott Thursday night. It was Florida's Brendan Bett. He spit on a USF player with about 2 minutes left to go from their game between the Gators and the Bulls. South Florida end up winning that game, knocking off number 13 Florida on a last-second 28-yard field goal by Nico Gramatica. Yes, son of that Gramatica.
Didn't get injured in the celebration, but thankfully, though, for Florida fans, their schedule gets really easy now going forward, doesn't it?
Yeah, I wonder,
look at their schedule, dude.
If we think Monday, who's got the hottest seat in college football? Oh. Is it not Mike Gundy or Billy Napier?
First of all, Mike Gundy, he was a man when he was 40, and he's a baby now at 54, whatever he is now.
He poked Dan Lanning a little bit, and then the Ducks rolled the Cowboys 69-3.
Yes, and that was fun. Look, I don't like Gundy. But anyway, the Gators' schedule, by the way, going forward now. So they get this must-win, easy win against South Florida. They play at LSU, at Miami, host Texas, at A&M, host Mississippi State, host Georgia, at Kentucky, at Ole Miss, host Tennessee, host Florida State. Good luck getting more than 3 wins, if that, out of that run.
I guess the one piece of advice I would provide to the Gators is just don't spit on anybody. That will, I think, improve your chances to win.
Yes,
As we've shown, spitting on other players decreases your chances to win.
Who's got it worse, those Gators or the Croc Hunter?
The who?
Who's dead? Croc Hunter.
The crocodile hunter?
Yeah, that guy.
Yeah, he's no longer with us.
I know, that's what I'm saying, but I still think Florida's got it worse than him.
Why would you invoke
Because
Steve
I think
Irwin?
Florida's got it worse than Steve Irwin.
Well, you know what?
Look at their schedule. I think that Steve Irwin has a better chance of getting W's against that schedule than Florida does.
Well, look, I'm going to borrow the phrase from the guy who won on Friday night. Right now, nobody has it better than Ohio State fans.
Yes.
You'll hear from head coach Ryan Day coming up next. It's College Game Night on the Fan.
T-Bone and Tyvus are everything you want in a delicious breakfast. Lots of empty calories, no nutritional value.
Weekday mornings from 6 to 9.
The Fan.
Oh, could this vintage store be any cuter? Right? And the best part? They accept Discover. Accept Discover? In a little place like this? I don't think so, Jennifer. Oh, yeah, huh? Discover's accepted where I like to shop. Come on, baby, get with the times. Right. So we shouldn't get the parachute pants? These are making a comeback. I think.
Discover is accepted at 99% of places that take credit cards nationwide. Based on the February 2025 Nielsen report.
Another checkup? Why are so many people getting new puppies?
Dr. Kim's veterinary office is littered with cuteness.
We are booked solid for weeks, but who can say no to a puppy, right? Oh, good boy.
She needs to find extra vet techs to get those pups some extra love.
I need Indeed.
Indeed you do. When you sponsor a job on Indeed, candidates can find it easier, so you can hire easier. Redeem your $75 credit at Indeed.com/credit. Terms and conditions apply.
Grown-ups, don't go back to school. Go forward through school into your future as an IT professional. Whether you're starting out, switching careers, or a veteran ready for change, My Computer Career can help you get into IT in just a few short months with no prior experience. So take the free career evaluation now at mycomputercareer.edu. Your rewarding career in IT awaits. That's mycomputercareer.edu. An elite CompTIA certification partner. Financial aid is available to those who qualify, including the VA benefits.
Hey there, you've got a ton of equity in your home. You're sitting on a gold mine. You could do so much with all that cash, like travel, invest it, or pay off debt. But you can't touch it unless you sell your home. But you really don't want to move. And besides, homes are sitting on the market a long time these days. You're trapped, right? Not with TrueHold. With TrueHold, you can cash out your equity in as little as 30 days. But listen, you don't have to move. You can stay in the home you love as a renter. That's TrueHold's Sell and Stay program. Cash out your entire home's value and stay put. TrueHold even covers property taxes, property insurance, and essential repairs. Imagine using that equity to travel, invest, or pay off debt. And you can stay in your home. It's brilliant, especially in this slow market. Get your all-cash offer now. Call 1-855-300-9993. Again, that's 1-855-300-9993. Or visit TrueHold.com. The smarter, faster way to cash out on your home's value without moving. That's TrueHold.com.
Come on!
Ugh, gross. Can I come over to your house one time and you not have your husband prancing around in its tidy whities?
Well, I can't do laundry because our septic line is clogged.
Call Dormar. They do same-day plumbing repair.
Columbus, it's T-Bone for Window Nation. Right now, buy 2 windows, get 2 free, plus no payments for 2 years. You also get 2 free tickets to an Ohio State football game when you replace all the windows in your home. Call 866-90NATION or visit windownation.com now.
Broadcasting from the Lindsay Honda Studios.
Honda makes the cars. Lindsay makes the difference. Visit lindsayhonda.com.
WBNS-FM, HD1 Columbus, The Fan. This is The Fan's Game Day Scoreboard.
This game day update is sponsored by Mutual Federal, proudly serving Columbus with personal and business solutions at mutualfederal.com.
And I'm Isaiah Jacob. The Buckeyes had no issues handling Grambling State today after an explosion from the offense in the first quarter. The Buckeyes led 21-0 and would go on to win 70-0. Right now, 15th ranked Michigan and 18th ranked Oklahoma are underway. The Sooners lead 20-7 halfway through the third. Mississippi State is trying to pull off the upset as they lead against 12th ranked Arizona State 17-10 in the third quarter. Number 3 LSU is up 17-0 on Louisiana Tech early in the fourth. And then earlier today, Troy led 8th ranked Clemson 16-3 at half. Clemson did rally back to win 27-16. Number 13 Florida went down today to South Florida 18-16, and Texas bounced back against San Jose State 38-7.
You're listening to Fan College Football Game Night.
Yeah, old Johnny Mateer slipped in from 10 yards out. And now the Sooners have a 2-touchdown lead on the Wolverines. 9 and change left to go in Norman.
Yeah.
And the more I think about
the third quarter now, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, 9 and change in the third.
Yep.
The more I think about it, I think I might rather have Sharon Moore coach.
Over James Franklin.
Over James Franklin.
Because of what Cole said? You're going to let Cole do this to you?
No, I don't think much of James Franklin. I don't think much of Sharon, but boy, you're not providing me with great choices.
I understand that. Punch in the face or punch in the nuts. What do you want? You guys don't discuss that on Bishop and Friends. You don't. That right there is something Bo would not let that happen.
I don't think that's a fair comparison.
Why is that?
Because the
black eye or pain down south.
I think I'd rather take the black eye.
You would?
Yeah. The pain lingers, man.
Cole, black eye pain.
If these are similar, like punches?
Yeah, a similar punch.
As long as my teeth are fine, punch me in the face over punch me in the nuts every single time.
Really?
Oh,
If the punch is the same.
Okay, same punch. Yeah, same punch.
I just don't want to lose any teeth.
No, the teeth thing I get. No, I'm not saying you're losing teeth or you're not going to go Mike Lowell and lose a testicle. It's not going to be that. You guys don't know the Mike Lowell reference? That's okay. Mike Lowell, Major League Baseball player, famous for having one nut. But nonetheless.
I did not know that.
Yes, Mike Lowell. Played for the Clippers for a while, but that's okay. Look, you guys are younger.
He got traded to the Marlins early.
Yes, he played for the Marlins. Yes.
Signed with the Red Sox.
He just had one?
He had one.
Was it from birth or?
No, I think it was from
birth. Did he lose it in a fight?
I think he dropped
That's
one.
the story, I think, right?
No, I think it was a birth thing. The story would be great. If he lost one some other way, like all of a sudden he wakes up and his kidney's still intact, but he loses.
It took me 20 years for both of mine to drop, but if the punch is the same,
yes, you want
put
it
it
down
in my
there.
face.
In your face. You want it there. I don't know.
But I think if you're giving me a game for my life and I've got James Franklin coaching or Sharon Moore, I'm going to take Sharon.
That's a mistake.
I don't think so. I think James Franklin, in a big moment, will shy away from all of it. He wants none of the smoke ever.
The amount of flowers.
The last 2 weeks, they haven't covered the damn spread.
Look,
He's a stinky coach, has had great talent and nothing to show for it.
The number of flowers Cole has gotten in the last month, it's amazing he still works here. Because after that one thing he posted about the kid umpire that went viral and 45 gazillion people were all about it, and Cole was just out there doing a victory lap the whole time. It's amazing he's still here.
So I'm going to assume that most of the listeners have also no idea what you're talking about. Much
you
like
think so?
I have no idea what you're talking about.
Oh, my God. How could you not know that? It was like the Hawk Tua girl. He's Hawk Tua guy. That's what he is. He went out there. There was a Cardinals game, and there was a kid umpire, dressed as an umpire in the stands.
In a St. Louis Cardinals game.
Yes,
a Major League Baseball game.
Yes.
Child in the stands dressed as an umpire.
And the kid's acting like an umpire.
Okay. He's calling balls and strikes.
Yes, that's what he's doing. And he gets all kinds of love from everybody, all kinds of attention.
Okay. It's a fun concept.
Yes.
Okay.
Cole hated it.
Sure.
And then Cole went out and put the kid on blast. And Cole said something about how stupid this was. What? Cole, Phil
You
said.
didn't like the child dressed as a ref going out and cosplaying.
I said, this kid is a nuisance to everyone in his section, and everybody knows it. His parents are oblivious.
That's what he said. And by the way, millions. Like, everybody was on it. Liking, retweeting. His thing.
Believe they were on Cole's side.
Yes, they were Team Cole.
I mean,
how many different people did you get? Do you know the numbers?
13 million.
Listen to that, dude.
That's good engagement. Top man at Tegna would love that.
And he's still he's still here
over those numbers.
slumming. I don't know why he's not somewhere else.
Oh,
it's
yeah,
good.
yeah. Well, give it a year or two.
No,
you gotta get a couple more of those in the chamber.
The problem is though,
you're gonna take your job in a year then.
Oh, I
they
fully
want that
expect
kind
that.
of digital
He'll
engagement.
be over there.
Yeah.
Listen, I fully expect that. He is going to hire some kid to do something stupid so he can do it again. He's going to fake his way through it, which is fine. It'll be a fraudulent, though, promotion for him.
We call those plants.
That's what it is. It's a plant. Thank you very much. It's a plant.
Anyway, Alabama's up on UL Monroe 45-0. You have now passed the time to buy a Powerball ticket in the state of Ohio.
Oh.
So good luck to everybody. The drawing is in about 50 minutes.
What's the number today? What
is 1.8 billion.
I wouldn't want to win that.
Which is the second highest all time.
I wouldn't want to win that.
Okay.
Look, it'd bring a lot of headaches.
You wouldn't want to.
No. Give me something smaller where I don't have to worry about sharing it.
Okay.
Look, if I win 1.8 billion, honestly, how many people are going to come to me and say, "Hey, Tito, remember that time that I did this for you?"
If you were a billionaire.
Hey, Tito, remember that time?
Yeah,
man?
exactly right. See, that's what you do. Hey, remember that time you told me I did a great Sports Center? How about a little something for me?
You know, here's the thing. I would want to be in that position because it would mean I was a billionaire. And I think with the lump sum, you get like 800 million. Like 800 million. You get 800 million.
Right, yeah.
So, yes, I would like that, please.
No, because I would have to say no to too many people. If I get $1 million, no one's going to come to me and say, "Tito, change my life."
All right. So you probably wonder, amongst many things, you're probably wondering if you're listening to this, like, how are these dopes on the air? Why, Eric, would you read the Alabama score when the Crimson Tide are up 45-0 over UL Monroe? I learned a couple of things today. That you cannot buy a Powerball ticket in the state of Alabama. It's one of 5 states, Alabama, Alaska, Hawaii, Nevada, and Utah. You cannot buy a Powerball ticket.
Okay.
So citizens of Alabama have to go to Tennessee or neighboring states to purchase the tickets. And so a news station in North Alabama caught up with a fan of the Crimson Tide, we'll call her Susie because that's her name, and asked her what she would do if she won the Powerball.
I tell you exactly what I'd do with the first $70 million. I'd pay off Kalen DeBoer and get him the heck out of the University of Alabama, and then I'd take whatever else it took to get rid of the AD. So I'd give him a church money. I don't know how much of what I'd have, after I paid my taxes.
By the way, it sounded a lot like Cole. I'm just saying, I'm not saying Cole did that, but it sounds like something Cole would do to get media attention.
Would say that to a reporter?
Yes, I think Cole would do that.
I think Susie's being 100% honest, but that's not how buyouts
that is so funny.
Things of that nature work. I said this to you last week, and I think I've said this as many times as I could, that the hardest job in college football, what will be the hardest job in college football for the remainder of time, is the man who has to follow up Nick Saban.
Right.
Because and it's double. I mean. So you're, I think, playing in the stadium that he has an office in. You're constantly reminded about him. Yeah. He's on television every week having to talk about you.
Right.
He's on every commercial break.
Yeah.
And every time he's on television, they ask him, "What do you think what's going on at Alabama, Nick?" And he's got to give you some kind of answer.
It's fantastic.
It's an impossible situation for DeBoer to win unless he, rips off a couple of national championships. But
yeah, it's I found that very interesting. She said that. And how funny is it that she went across, she spent money to go across state lines. I know.
Part of that 1.8 bill.
You've got a great chance of winning it, I'm sure. But I appreciate her enthusiasm or lack thereof for Kalen DeBoer, but I appreciate the fact she's got that kind of love for Alabama football.
I do think for Dabo, for probably Billy Napier, maybe for Mike Gundy, their seats are a little hotter.
I would think so. It's certainly for Gundy, but Gundy was a chump for what he said this week. When he comes out and says, "You know what? They spend all this money. We can't spend this money." And also, look, go out there and just play the damn game. Don't sit here and tell me why you're not better. Lou Holtz used to famously do that all the time. He'd talk about these great opponents like, oh my gosh, Air Force is a really good team. You know, we're not anywhere near ready to play. All those things. That's why we all looked at it and laughed.
Yeah.
But for Gundy to say this, look, you're a man, you're 40, and now you're 55 or whatever you are, 53, I think is what he is now. Anyway, and you're going to say, oh, you know what was us? It just comes across to me as like you already had your team defeated before they played the game.
Yeah, Gundy's 58.
58. Oh, my
God.
God.
His 58th birthday about a month ago. So happy belated to Mike Gundy. But yeah, he was bitching about his team's financial problems. You had Greg McElroy say that Alabama's now a poverty program, and it's something I don't think any of your fans want to hear, especially for Oklahoma, who had T. Boone Pickens for the longest time be one of the highest, or I guess biggest donors to a program. Yeah. I think that was eclipsed by I forget the guy's name, but he paid Kansas a bunch of money. Back to the Buckeyes, and this, not really, the ability for this game to be a letdown was low. You didn't think that there was a chance that this could be anything more than the 70-0 win. You love getting the shutout, but after a game against Texas, what will be probably an easier time comparative to Texas next week against Ohio, and then you've got a bye week. Avoiding a letdown, I think, is so important for Ohio State before you get between now and that game against Penn State on November 1st. Here's Ryan Day after Ohio State's win against Grambling, talking about the letdown post-Texas.
Yeah, I was looking to see if we had a letdown in practice. I think Tuesday there was a general exhale I was a little concerned about, but I think it was more the physicality of the game than it was guys feeling like we've arrived. I think they know that this is a long, long season. I think our guys look at last year and know that this is, it's a long road all the way to December and January. So we're nowhere where we need to be. I thought Wednesday we came back in an excellent practice. There was good Christmas to it. There was energy to it. And then I thought, our 48 hours leading up to the game was pretty businesslike. So that was a good sign. But like you said, you got to go put it on the field. And regardless of your opponent, you can see good execution, whether it's, penalties or assignments, spacing, timing. I mean, there's a Christmas to anybody you play. I thought it looked right on the field. We'll have to watch the film and confirm that, though.
1 week, you have 203 yards of total offense. The next week, 651. Yes, the opponents are very different. And I've also never heard a person use Christmas in the way that Ryan did just then.
It was Christmas, wasn't it? I want to make sure my ears weren't deceiving me. He did say Christmas more than once.
There's a Christmas to it.
Okay.
I guess that's got to be positive, because that's really all you can say about this Ohio State performance. Yes. A former Buckeye could get his NFL shot soon. We'll tell you about it next. It's Game Night on The Fan.
The only workplace in America to participate in the Doorknob Fart Game. And we also play office basketball and sometimes do radio. The Fan, Ohio sports destination.
Men, the summer is here. Longer days, warmer nights, and romance in the air. Intimate dinners, walks on the beach, dancing in the moonlight. But if you have erectile dysfunction, you know it can ruin romance, both for you and the one you love. This is Jeff for Tri-State Men's Health. And if you have ED, don't let another summer go by without getting treated. Because intimacy is one of the greatest things in life. And fear of not being able to perform should not be something you have to deal with. At Tri-State Men's Health, we're ED experts. We've successfully treated tens of thousands of men. Our protocols work when others don't, and we have treatments that are effective in well over 90% of cases. You could even last up to an hour or more and perform like you haven't in years. So call us. Your initial appointment is only $99 and includes blood work, a medical consult, and if medically advised, a test dose. And if that test dose doesn't work in the office, your visit is free. Call 800-900-9654 or go to tristatemenshealth.com.
Get Eco.
Hey, Aaron, you know how we say eco plumbers, electricians, and HVAC technicians? Yeah? So, that makes for a lousy acronym. PHVAC. Doesn't work. Okay, but? So what if we change it to plumbing, heating, AC, and electrical? PHACE. Face. With a PH.
Get Eco.
No one is going to remember face with a PH. Call Eco today and ask for a face man with a PH. No one is going to ask for a face man with a PH. Sure they will.
Get Eco.
Besides, we spent thousands of dollars saying plumbers, electricians, and HVAC technicians. You can't just change it to face man with a PH. It could be big, Aaron. I don't think so. Would you rather I go back to inventing random household items and stop messing with your catchphrase?
Yes, please.
Get Eco.
ECO. Eco plumbers, electricians, and HVAC technicians, not facemen. With a PH.
Hey there, you've got a ton of equity in your home. You're sitting on a gold mine. You could do so much with all that cash, like travel, invest it, or pay off debt. But you can't touch it unless you sell your home. But you really don't want to move. And besides, homes are sitting on the market a long time these days. You're trapped, right? Not with TrueHold. With TrueHold, you can cash out your equity in as little as 30 days. But listen, you don't have to move. You can stay in the home you love as a renter. That's TrueHold's Sell and Stay program. Cash out your entire home's value and stay put. TrueHold even covers property taxes, property insurance, and essential repairs. Imagine using that equity to travel, invest, or pay off debt. And you can stay in your home. It's brilliant, especially in this slow market. Get your all-cash offer now. Call 1-855-300-9993. Again, that's 1-855-300-9993. Or visit TrueHold.com. The smarter, faster way to cash out on your home's value without moving. That's TrueHold.com.
Attack and dominate. Morning Juice is on YouTube and 10 TV Plus.
Sponsored by Riverside Bank of Dublin.
Join Bobby Carpenter and Tito weekdays starting at 6 or watch on demand. More Bobby, less commercials. The Fan.
Hey Central Ohio, it's Andrew from Home Team Solutions, and yes, we buy houses for cash the easy way. We've been buying houses for over 20 years and we've seen it all. Whether you've inherited a property, you're behind on payments, the house needs work, or just want to avoid the hassle of listing, we've got you covered. No repairs, no clean out, no stress, just a fair cash offer and you pick the closing date. We've helped hundreds of homeowners sell fast and hassle-free, and we're proud to have 5-star reviews all across Central Ohio and an A+ rating with the BBB. If you're ready to sell your house the easy way, call Home Team Solutions at 614-962-SELL. That's 614-962-7355, or visit us online at selltohometeam.com. Home Team Solutions, local, trusted, and family-owned. Again, that's 614-962-SELL. 614-962-7355 or selltohometeam.com.
Lanny went to college and racked up huge debt.
A little bit over $100,000.
For a degree he couldn't use, now what?
I had a friend that went to My Computer Career.
They even helped him get hired immediately after graduation.
One of the things I love about IT is that you can work from anywhere you want.
You could become an IT pro in just months, including cybersecurity and the basics of AI with zero experience at mycomputercareer.edu. My Computer Career, an elite CompTIA certification partner.
It worked for me, and I know it can work for you.
This is one student's experience. Individual results vary.
At Baths R Us, we believe home improvement is life improvement, and that starts with a team who brings your vision to life. Our installers aren't just skilled, they're experts.
This is who we are. This is what we do all day, every day.
Right now, get $1,500 off a shower or tub replacement, or $3,000 off a full bathroom remodel. Plus, low to no monthly payments. Call 380-225-BATH to schedule your free estimate, or go to bathsrus.com. 380-225-2284. Baths R Us, where dreams soak in.
Fan weather.
From the Logan AC and Heat Services Weather Center.
Hey there, Central Ohio. I'm 10 Weather Impact meteorologist Michael Behrens. Your latest forecast. We're looking at pretty quiet conditions for the rest of this evening. Skies will clear. Temperatures dropping down into the low 50s. We'll be into the low 70s Sunday with mostly sunny conditions. Mostly clear and 40 Sunday night. Sunny again on Monday. Highs in the mid 70s with temperatures slowly warming through next week. That's your latest 10 Weather Impact forecast. I'm meteorologist Michael Behrens on 97.1 The Fan.
No hot takes, no dancing, plenty of stupid. Bishop and Friends.
Weekdays from 9 to noon.
The Fan, Ohio sports destination. Two jabronis talking football.
Thank you, football god.
No better way to spend a Saturday. This is Fan College Football Game Night.
Reeser and Tito here with you till 11. Before Thidoff grinds the show to a halt, Jeremiah Smith's first touchdown pass came from an 87. Well, it was a catch, and then he ran 87 yards from Julian Sane. That's the second longest touchdown pass in Ohio Stadium history. The first was a 90-yard touchdown bomb from Kenny Guyton to Devin Smith in 2013 against the Cal Bears. Here's Jeremiah Smith following the game on that record-setting touchdown?
Yeah, the ball wasn't there for a very long time, especially with the wind blowing. So, yeah, it was, pretty
You know what I mean? It
yeah.
seemed like it probably wasn't.
Yeah,
right, but
yeah, for sure.
What happened on that play?
Corner. I guess they're supposed to be in a cloud or whatever, but no, I guess they messed up on their side. So Julian just found me touchdown. So yeah.
Jeremiah, what did
He did the rest.
Was that Tim May?
That was Tim May with the follow-up.
He's retired, by the way.
No,
he's
he'll,
retired.
He'll never retire.
I know, he's retired. I'm just telling you, he's
Nope.
retired. That's what he is. He's retired.
Not the case.
Okay, so here's my question for you, Cole. I'm supposed to ask you, is Phil from Baltimore still your favorite fan?
Phil from Baltimore. On the YouTube?
I don't know. I guess so. It's something I said to ask if Phil from Baltimore is still his favorite fan.
Oh, yeah. Oh, that's right. Because we had a caller who won a prize. We were doing a giveaway.
Okay.
Phil in Baltimore. I remember this now. I thought you were talking about Phil in the YouTube chat.
No.
But
Phil J is different. Yeah.
Yeah, that's Phil J.
Phil J is a different dude. Yeah.
Phil in Baltimore, though, called in when we were doing a giveaway. And right before I was about to hang up, he goes, "Oh, by the way, let me tell you, you were so right about that kid umpire." And he started blasting the kid.
Really?
Yeah. So it got traction. Rothman and Ice called me on my day off to call in on the show and talk about it. That's how popular this tweet was.
You are the Jerry Springer of this. Like, you are just like a...
Oh, don't kill me. Come on.
No, I'm just telling you. No, that's what you are. It's
a lot of dead celebrity talk in this show in this hour.
Jerry Springer lives. Go
Is this
YouTube.
Baltimore, Maryland, or Baltimore, Ohio?
Ohio.
Baltimore, Ohio.
But that's right, because he did squeeze in right before I hung up. It's like, "Hey, man, have a good day. Thanks for listening." He's like, "Hey, before I go, you were so right about that kid. He was being a nuisance to everyone in his section."
I hate that child as well.
Okay, that's fine. I don't know. I don't think I brought the show to a halt, by the way. I think you were a little dramatic on that one.
No, definitely not on Fan College Game Night.
And you know what, Tito? You are so right about that dad. The Phillies dad.
Oh, yeah, the Phillies dad, the way he got scared.
He backed away from this Karen.
I made the comment like he either had a seizure or was really scared.
You guys would have been behaved a little different if you were in that situation. Like, it's easy to sit here and say, like, "Oh, he shouldn't have coward," but I think he got caught off by surprise by this raging lunatic who screamed across the section at him.
But
he had his kids with him.
I know, but he did take the ball out of his kid's glove to hand.
Which is weak.
That's the part
weak.
where it's like,
once you realize who it is,
wrong.
When you realize who it is, like, it's not some 6'7" guy who could kill you. It's somebody smaller than you who might be crazy, but nonetheless.
I'm not taking a knife to the stomach for a foul baseball.
Oh,
I don't know.
Story
I don't know what this
Cole
lady's
would for
got.
the clicks.
Oh my
he
gosh.
Would do it.
Reeser, please do it and I'll tweet about it.
No.
Yes, he'll tell you. He'll tell everybody about it. All about it. Yes.
So next week, Ohio's playing Ohio University is in Columbus playing Ohio State. The schedule goes like this. Monday, Buckeye Roundtable at 6 o'clock. Ryan Day is going to join Skip Mossick, Paul Keels, and Jim Lachey at 6:35.
Your voice
Tuesday, probably. Okay. Tuesday, the weekly press conference at noon, because I had no idea how to transition from that.
Time to change.
I figured let's just give you a programming update.
Yes, please
do. My other thing was going to be about I had Quinshon Judkins news, but I'm not going from celebrities to that.
Right, I got you.
So let me regurgitate some programming nonsense. Ohio and Ohio State kickoff next Saturday at 7 o'clock. It's a Peacock thing, so probably like 7:30-ish.
How many calls will you get from older relatives?
None.
Okay, I'll get a call from at least 2 older relatives.
About what? About this?
Where's the Ohio State game? It's on Peacock. What's Peacock?
Oh, I see. So you've been getting a lot of people
you'll get that. Yes, on that right there, you'll get that.
What in
yes.
fact is Peacock?
Yeah. Why can't I watch Ohio State game? Well, they're playing. It's on Peacock. What's Peacock? It's an app. How do I get the app? You got to download it. How do I get? I'll get it. I will.
Do you think with the brand new pregame festivities that Ohio State's trying to do last week, this week, do you think it's all worth another week? Or should they be probably sunsetting a couple of those?
You know, the Cooper thing today, Cooper's the one who rung the bell.
He was the bell ringer.
That was cool. He rung the bell. I can't believe he's 88 years old, by the way.
He looked good ringing the bell.
He did. When I'm 88 years old, I'll be 14 years from turning into dust. But he did look good ringing that. I honestly, Reese, look, I don't understand how upset people got about this, about the changes. Because for decades, people have complained about the atmosphere the atmosphere at Ohio Stadium. Okay, for decades they have. Now Bjork comes in and says, okay, I've heard these complaints. We're going to change things up.
Right.
And he puts out these changes. Why are you changing this? You can't win if you're Ross Bjork in this situation. I don't care about what they do with that. Like, I have a great time at the game no matter what. I don't go to the game to see how Brutus comes in. I don't go to the game to see what Bell or what songs they play. Mm-hmm. I don't go to the game for any of those reasons. I go to the game to watch Ohio State play and watch somebody dot the I. That's what I go to the game for. That's all the pregame stuff out there in the stadium, which has nothing to do with what's going on there. So what they do during the game, I don't care. So it doesn't affect my game viewing experience. I had as good a time today as I have at every Ohio State game I've ever been to.
And I think for your point about Ross Bjork, it's you've got to do whatever you can to create a game day environment when the game itself isn't really enough.
Sure.
To bring fans like it is. You'll never need help against Texas.
No.
You'll never need anything like you're not going to need help against Penn State. Like Michigan will never be a thing where you've got to figure out ways to engage the fan base more. But in games against Grambling, next week in a game against Ohio, I think it's the helmet stripe game. So I think most of the stadium's going to be gray and the silver or scarlet helmet stripe down the middle of the stadium. You need to do things like that, not only to create engagement, but then to get those things sponsored so you make money. Yeah. And all it is now is about revenue. It's about finding more revenue. And that's where it was a tertiary job for an athletic director. Now it's the primary goal. Is how do we not only make more money, or how do we make money, but how do we make more money and make more money than the money that we made last year? That's why you had him earlier this week. I think he's on the Front Office Sports Show, which is everybody's got podcasts. But he was talking about the 20, 24, 28 team college football playoff expansion, because that means more money for the schools, and that's the constant. It's the fire that can never be fully the blob that eats everything.
Is the last tradition the dotting of the I? Because every other tradition has gone out the window. Almost, I should say. What other traditions?
I don't know if it's gone out the window per se.
Well,
they've added a corporate element to it.
Yeah,
I do foresee a daughter sponsored by.
You think so?
I could see it. I mean, they're going to have patches on the jerseys. They're probably going to have a presenting sponsor for the best damn band in the land. All of these things, I do think will come.
Okay, so when you first started,
it won't affect what you're seeing on the field.
Right. No, I'm with you on that.
You're still going to be watching the game, and they're going to bank on that.
Yes, they are.
Literally and figuratively.
Yes. I look at it, though, there's not many things because now when you were growing up, obviously you're younger than me, but maybe you can't tell by looking at us on YouTube because I do look very young. But yes, Reese is actually a few years younger than me. But when I was growing up, Ohio State could play on TV in the regular season twice a season. That's all it could be on TV is 2 times a year. One time is Michigan, one other game. That's all. You listen to the radio a lot. Their home games kicked off at 1:30. Okay, it was the horseshoe was literally open on the other end.
Yeah,
and so all those other things have gone by the wayside now. And there weren't lights at Ohio State. There weren't night games ever there. All that's gone through. The only thing that still remains is the dotting of the I. And anybody who says that, worried about traditions and whatnot, college football traditions are going to be dead everywhere, except maybe for a few things.
Again, I disagree with the dead part of it, because they'll never truly die as long as the fans care enough to keep them. But there will be the university monetizing it in some form or fashion. Now, it doesn't kill it. Now, it might not make it the thing that you loved, but it will still be there. And yes, it's very unsavory.
Is that the most sacred thing, though, dotting the I, right? That's out of all the traditions for Ohio State that's left as far as that have been the same for years.
Yes.
That's the most sacred.
Yes.
I think so, too.
And it'll still exist. And it'll still be an incredible honor for a senior band member, or an incredible honor for an Ohio State recipient, or someone who's been of great service to the university, maybe academically or athletically. But it will probably have a corporate sponsor on it in the not too distant future. It's just where we're going, with everything in college athletics. Where we're going right now is to Norman, where the Sooners have a 21-13 lead over number 15 Michigan. You got about 13 minutes, 13 and change left to go in the fourth quarter. We've got a couple of other updates from the top 25. We'll look around the Big Ten, and I do have to pay off on the Quinshon Judkins thing. Maybe we'll do a better job of that coming up next.
I got more beef with Cole.
Night on the Fan.
Looking to get your roof or siding replaced this fall? Call the company that delivers an excellent customer experience every time. Newman Roofing. Don't wait. Call Newman Roofing today at 614-NEW-ROOF or visit online at newmanroofing.com.
College is great. You know what else is great? Pizza, which you can buy with your Huntington Bank debit card with the Ohio State University logo. Huntington Bank is proud to be the official consumer bank of the Ohio State University. Let's get more from money. Switch to Huntington Bank. Welcome.
Oh, could this vintage store be any cuter? Right? And the best part? They accept Discover. Accept Discover? In a little place like this? I don't think so, Jennifer. Oh, yeah, huh? Discover's accepted where I like to shop. Come on, baby, get with the times. Right, so we shouldn't get the parachute pants? These are making a comeback. I think.
Discover is accepted at 99% of places that take credit cards nationwide. Based on the February 2025 Nielsen report.
Another checkup? Why are so many people getting new puppies?
Dr. Kim's veterinary office is littered with cuteness.
We are booked solid for weeks, but who can say no to a puppy, right? Oh, who's a good boy? Oh, who's what? Oh,
she needs to find extra vet techs to get those pups some extra love.
I need Indeed.
Indeed you do. When you sponsor a job on Indeed, candidates can find it easier, so you can hire easier. Redeem your $75 credit at Indeed.com/credit. Terms and conditions apply.
Hey, what's up? It's T-Bone. And if you're gearing up for the big game, don't forget the MVP of desserts, Sanders Chocolate Fudge Bumpy Cake. This legendary treat just made its way to Ohio. Finally! We're talking rich devil's food cake, buttery cream bumps, and a fudge icing that is just unfair. They'd throw a flag on it if it was actually on the field. Bring one to your next tailgate, watch party, or even a team celebration, and you'll be the real hero. Available now at Kroger and Meijer, Sanders Bumpy Cake. It's game day greatness.
We are your radio home for the Buckeyes, Browns, and all the NFL games you can handle. We may have a bit of a football problem. Oh, yeah? The Fan Ohio sports destination. Hot takes from the early games, bad predictions for the nightcaps. This is Fan College Football Game Night.
All right, so Sooners are driving up 21-13. 12 minutes and change left to go in the fourth quarter from Norman. Mateer just had a guy in the corner of the end zone, but he overthrew it just a smidge. So we'll keep you abreast on how that game goes. I think we're all Sooners fans.
Yes.
I think it's fair to say. But for this game, the college football weekend, I think I'd said to you earlier in the program, this is the only one featuring both teams with numbers next to their names.
I think so.
So you'd be a real sicko if you wanted to go from noon to 10:30 Eastern, all college football. And yeah, that was me. With teams in the top 25 currently in action right now, Arizona State and Mississippi State are tied at 17. The 12th-ranked Sun Devils looking to, I guess, move to 2-0. This game's not a conference game, so it doesn't matter. It feels like the Big 12 is probably the most open conference in the country in terms of who could actually win that thing. LSU right now has a 20-7 lead on Louisiana Tech. The third-ranked Tigers are hosting that with about 4 minutes left to go in Death Valley. I guess they get to claim Death Valley after beating Clemson. South Carolina is hosting South Carolina State right now. That game felt like it was going to take forever to get to because they're dealing with inclement weather and lightning delays, but the Gamecocks have a 7-3 lead over South Carolina State. A couple minutes left to go in the second quarter. Games that have just gone final, you had Alabama, or no, actually still 12 minutes left to go in the fourth quarter. Alabama with a 59-0 lead over UL Monroe. So the Crimson Tide will be 1-1 on the season, and people will still want to fire Kalen DeBoer because he's not Nick Saban, though that Florida State loss looms with the way they were out-physicaled, with the way they were just very undisciplined. Something you didn't really see with a Crimson Tide team under the Tuscaloosa. For the Seminoles, they are 2-0 on the season. They put the boots to the East Texas A&M Lions, who I didn't know existed.
I didn't know that either. That's today. The first time I've heard that.
Because I saw like Florida State playing a Texas A&M. Like, wow, that's something I didn't have for the first 2 weeks of the season.
East.
If Florida State's playing Bama, then A&M for the weeks 1 and 2. But no, East Texas A&M Lions.
Big difference.
77-3. Castellanos had 3 touchdowns throwing. Quinshon Judkins, 3 weeks ago, had a domestic violence charge on him. He was arrested. And that factored to keep him really out of football for the year. At least I thought that. But then the charges were dropped, or at least the charges were dropped 3 weeks ago, and they were still trying to figure out what his status would be with the NFL. I think they're still trying to navigate through any NFL punishments, but the Browns did announce today that they had signed him to a fully guaranteed 4-year deal worth $11.5 million. He's going to get a roster exemption, a 2-week roster exemption, so his addition won't count against their 53. He's not playing tomorrow when they host the Cleveland Browns.
Right, it's the Bengals. Yeah,
Bengals, thank you. When the Cleveland Browns host the Bengals, but he could be activated and ready to go against their game at Baltimore next week or week 3 against Green Bay. It remains to be seen what the NFL wants to do, but I've heard and seen 6 weeks, 4 weeks, 2 weeks for a suspension.
Right.
And again, no charges. Those were dropped. So there's no legal thing hanging over Quinshawn now. Just kind of get back to football.
Yeah, I don't the Judkins thing, yeah, we'll see what happens with that. And, he's an incredible talent. I don't know if the NFL will suspend him or not, but I know that the issue with this was the reason that the contract didn't get signed earlier is because there was dispute over if it'd be fully guaranteed or not, because the Browns, I think, wanted to make it to where if he got suspended, they could have some outs in that and not necessarily pay him. But yeah, the fact it's fully guaranteed, though, it's a smart move by the Browns to go ahead and do fully guaranteed. Judkins is a hell of a talent.
And I think they had, drafting him where they did, thought he was going to be a factor in their offense this season. So there's still time to, get him in. I don't know what the hell this Browns season's going to be. I don't think anybody does.
Pain.
Probably. I have them winning 4 games, and that's regardless of who they start at quarterback. But they think, and this is the Cleveland Browns brain trust, that Quinshawn can be a between-the-tackles guy like he was his final season at Ohio State, and they could really lean on that if they have Joe Flacco in or if they have one of the 2 rookies. Diana Rossini, who covers the NFL for The Athletic, had a column published Friday, What I'm Hearing, and about Shedeur Sanders, who's the 3rd quarterback on the Browns depth chart. Quote, the pick was GM Andrew Berry's call, rooted in his belief that Cleveland's coaching staff could bring out the best in Sanders and help him grow into an NFL quarterback. However, don't plan on seeing the 5th-round rookie on the field this season until things get really, really weird. Cleveland believes in Joe Flacco's experience and Dylan Gabriel's development as the backup, end quote. Now, I took that to make sound sense. He's the 3rd-string quarterback.
Right.
You shouldn't see him unless things go wonky. Now, I think for the Browns, they have that game in London week 5 against the Minnesota Vikings. I feel as a Browns fan, that's your line of delineation. If you are under 500, then I think it's time to pull the ripcord, eject Joe Flacco. Dylan Gabriel's coming. You give him 2 weeks. I think they got the Ravens coming out of the bye, so you give him 2 weeks to prepare for that. And then you see what you can do with one of these rookies, because Cleveland's, I think, end goal for this season, because they're not winning many games, figure out if you can, with one of these 2 rookies, not have to draft a quarterback with one of your first 2 picks, or with one of your two first-round picks in 2026.
And that's where, you look at it, Reese, I think that if I were the smart move for the Browns, look, the next time the Browns win a playoff game.
Don't equate smart and Browns.
The next time the Browns win a playoff game, Joe Flacco will not be the quarterback.
I agree with that.
Okay. The next quarterback to win a playoff game is either going to be Gabriel, Sanders, or somebody down on the roster.
Yes.
Okay. So I would lean on Gabriel and Sanders as much as I can this year. Fine, let Flacco start, do the first few games, whatever. But I would want to get Gabriel and Sanders in games as much as I can, because I want to know if that's a chance that could be the long-term guy. And then, look, if they're great, if they play well, then you don't have an early pick to take a quarterback unless you package things up and trade up. But if let's play 6-11. Let's say they go 6-11.
Wow.
And you're happy with what you've seen. Okay. Then you don't have to use a first-round pick on a quarterback. If they flame out and go 2-15, at least you know what you've got, and you can go get a first-round quarterback.
And I know we're only 2 weeks into the college football season, but none of the guys that I think will be there in 2026 in terms of college quarterbacks really wow me.
Yeah, I know.
And I do wonder if that's more of a case of the transfer portal and quarterbacks going all over the place. Because I think right now, Tito, if I had to ask you, who in college has been the best quarterback through 2 weeks?
Oh. I couldn't tell you. Yeah.
You could have arguments for Julian Sain.
Right.
For Luke Altmaier?
Altmaier, yeah.
I mean, Illinois rolled over Duke.
I know.
Blue Devils turned it over 3 times in the second half, but they beat them 45-19. Fernando Mendoza at Indiana's been pretty decent. Minnesota put up 70 points on a directional school.
Yeah, it was
whichever one. They ran out of fireworks. I did see that.
They did run out of fireworks? That's funny. I love when that happens.
But you don't know. And so right now, they beat Northwestern State.
Okay, I was going to say also Missouri State, Northwestern State. Okay.
But with Penn State, like Drew Allers, no thanks. Carson Beck, I'm good. Cade Klubnik's been a disappointment through 2 weeks.
There's no one stood out yet. No one is like has planted the flag like I am the best quarterback this year. Hasn't happened yet.
I'm trying to. Who's the Ole Miss's quarterback? Like running Rebels had it tight against. I feel like Ole Miss and Kentucky are always going to do this dance. It's going to be a very tight game. But the 20th ranked Rebs beat Kentucky 30-23.
Austin Simmons.
Like a lot of these guys are just Dante Moore, but I don't think he's coming out. Maybe.
I don't know. Yeah,
that was I think probably what made Dan Lanning the angriest.
Right.
Was the inference that they would have to give Dante Moore a raise after this season.
Right, yeah.
Because there was a lot of incendiary things from Gundy, but that was probably the biggest one. Because at this point, and I think there's been reporting out there that no school's reached $40 million for their roster. It's somewhere between 20 and 30, and we'll never get the actual number.
No.
But that's the going rate for this. If I'm Ohio State, if I'm Oregon, I'm saying yes. We're spending a good amount of money on players who deserve it because we have a fan and alumni and a support base that wants to win.
Yeah.
And if you and your poverty program don't want to, I have no apologies for you. Is I think how that should be taken.
Is it overstated the fact that now that you can legally pay players, it seems like SEC schools have taken a step back?
Yeah. I think there's a direct correlation.
I think there is too.
Yes.
I do. I think that
now the Big Ten schools, like Michigan's paying $10.5 million for Bryce Underwood.
Right.
And early returns are he's a freshman.
Sure.
He will get better, I think. Like Lenora Sellers at South Carolina.
Yeah.
That was who I was trying to think of. Like
Lenora Sellers,
he doesn't wow me for a Browns quarterback. But yes, I think for Big Ten teams, especially, and Notre Dame too, the fact that you can go into the transfer portal and you can win a bidding war, can turn your program from they could be a fringe playoff team to national championship contender in a year.
Yeah.
Less than a year now. And it was the SEC was doing it forever. And now that Nick Saban Mercedes can't hand out Benzes anymore, at least at the rate that they wanted to, relative to what other schools now can offer, you're finding yourself just down on the pecking order.
And I'm not saying the Big Ten was holier than thou, because, look, I am convinced everybody who's been worth a damn in football in the last 50 years has done something.
That's fair.
I'm not saying that Ohio State overtly does, but I also don't think that I think there's also probably been some things that we don't know about that maybe some of the other people Ohio State don't know about also. But I think there's been something. Every school's been great for 50 years. In the last 50 years, you could, if you wanted to go over with a fine-tooth comb, you could find something.
But I do think, to your point, the parity in college football is correlated with the transfer portal and NIL.
Yeah.
Those have made it so now it's much more that everybody has more so than just what's available in the South. And for the Ohio State and for the Big Ten, for Ohio State specifically, it was never going to be you were never going to really lose an arms race.
Yeah.
And I know there's consternation for every offseason, it feels like, when Ohio State loses a couple of guys. Like there was a defensive back that went to Auburn. It's like they're not going to win. You're not going to play in any meaningful games if you're going to Auburn. But at Ohio State, you're going to play in meaningful games, and you're going to be able to be developed at the next level.
Yep.
As you'll see a ton of Buckeyes playing on Sunday.
Yeah.
Which is, week 1 of the NFL season that I am not ready for. We will do our best to get you ready a little bit for it next. It's GameNight on the Fan.
We're known for 3 things: games, conversation, and Common Man yelling about things only he cares about. The Fan, Ohio's sports destination.
Week number 1, it all starts now, and every touchdown brings you closer to a payout with DraftKings Sportsbook, an official sports betting partner of the NFL. New customers, this one's for you. You bet just $5 and get $300 in bonus bets. Poof, instantly. Plus, grab over $200 off NFL Sunday Ticket from YouTube and YouTube TV. Gotta love that quad box, right? Your season starts now. Download the DraftKings Sportsbook app and use code TheFan971. That's code TheFan971 to get $300 in bonus bets instantly when you place your first bet of $5 or more. Plus, over $200 off NFL Sunday Ticket from YouTube and YouTube TV. In partnership with DraftKings, the crown is yours. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER. 21 plus. Ohio only. Eligibility restrictions apply. Bonus bets expire 7 days after issuance. See sportsbook.draftkings.com/promos. NFL Sunday Ticket offer for new subscribers only and auto renews until canceled. Digital games and commercial use excluded. Restrictions apply. Additional NFL Sunday Ticket terms at youtube.com/go/NFL Sunday Ticket/terms. Limited time offer.
People can't say enough amazing things about Vanscoy Hair Clinics. Men and women struggle with hair loss every day, and they completely change their lives. Vanscoy Hair Clinics is the only company in Ohio that has PRP, platelet-rich plasma, and the multi-unit hair grafting hair transplant procedure. Go to vanscoyhair.com for more info, or call 614-432-8042. Here's what some of their hair transplant clients have said.
Around 26, 27, I lost almost all of my hair on top. It changed my life in ways that I could not imagine.
My hair is going to continue growing for the rest of my life. There is hope that you can do something about your hair loss.
Multi-unit hair grafting gives you 3 times more hair per procedure, saving you time and money. Hair transplants are more affordable than ever, and PRP is a fast, easy, and effective 45-minute treatment for thinning or damaged hair. Call Vanscoy for a free consultation, 614-432-8042, or visit vanscoyhair.com. That's 614-432-8042. Find out what procedure will restore your hair.
Wow, that nagging joint pain. You know the one. Sometimes it's from maybe years of hard work. Sometimes it's just an old injury that never healed right. I know I've got plenty of those. Either way, it's been calling the shots in your life for far too long. But that stops right now. Hey, Bobby Carpenter here, and QC Kinetics is here in Columbus to flip the script. Dr. Walkoff and his team are going to use regenerative medicine, just like I got, advanced cellular treatments that will help your body heal itself. It's going to restore the damaged tissues. It's not a cover-up for it. It's not pills, it's not scalpels, it's long-term lasting relief. So you don't have to operate your life around the pain anymore. QC Kinetics, no surgery, no drugs, no downtime, just smarter and natural ways to heal your body. Make sure you bring your MRI, bring your x-rays. They'll tell you if you're a good candidate. The consultation is free. So just call QC Kinetics at 380-208-4544. That's 380-208-4544. Or visit them at qckinetics.com/Columbus.
Austin and Berm are back with a new daily podcast, the ultimate OSU football insiders. You know it's refreshing to have some smart people working here from time to time.
The Beat with Austin and Berm on the 10 TV Plus app.
Subscribe today.
At Kroger, you never compromise. You get high quality and low prices. Like you never compromise your meal with our spring salad mix that's guaranteed fresh. And you never compromise your budget with lower prices on over 1,000 items. Hand it to Kroger shoppers. You never compromise. Kroger. Fresh for everyone.
You can save big on 6 packs of Coca-Cola, Pepsi, or 7-Up. Select varieties or buy 2, get 2 free with your card. Limit 8. Kroger. Fresh for everyone.
Grown-ups, don't go back to school. Go forward through school into your future as an IT professional. Whether you're starting out, switching careers, or a veteran ready for change, My Computer Career can help you get into IT in just a few short months with no prior experience. So take the free career evaluation now at mycomputercareer.edu. Your rewarding career in IT awaits. That's mycomputercareer.edu. An elite CompTIA certification partner. Financial aid is available to those who qualify, including the VA benefits.
Fall is here. The leaves are changing, football's on TV, and family time by the bonfire feels just right. Before it gets even colder, now's the time to make sure your home is ready for what lies ahead. For over 3 decades, homeowners across Central Ohio have turned to Newman Roofing for reliable roofing, siding, and gutter work that stands the test of time. From your very first call, you'll talk with a real person who's happy to walk you through the process. Your estimator won't push you, just explain what's going on with your home and share solutions that make sense for you. And when the work begins, a dedicated job supervisor makes sure every detail meets Newman Roofing standards. Don't just take our word for it. Check out the hundreds of 5-star Google reviews from families right here in Columbus who chose Newman Roofing and couldn't be happier. Appointments are filling fast for fall installations, so don't wait. Call 614-NEW-ROOF or visit newmanroofing.com today. Let Newman Roofing handle your to-do list so you can get back to the things and the people that matter most. Don't just get a new roof, get a Newman roof. Call 614-NEW-ROOF or visit online today at newmanroofing.com.
Enjoy all the football this weekend, but remember to join us for Reaction Monday.
Sponsored by the Roofing Guys.
The Fan. This is Fan College Football Game Night. Scores, recaps, and hot takes.
Damn, I love football.
Hot. The Fan, Ohio sports destination.
Not a lot to nitpick, really, when a team beats another team by 70 points in a football game. Mm-hmm. I mean, these were other players, and they did have pulses.
If no INT 77, though, let's just...
Sure.
Okay.
You know, Ohio State does get the win. Buckeyes are 2-0 on the season. They'll have the Ohio University Bobcats in town next Saturday for a 7:30-ish kick. Game's available only on Peacock. But if someone does happen to call you and say, hey, how do I find Peacock? Say, don't. Just download the 971 The Fan app and you can listen there.
There you go. See, I missed that opportunity.
Just listen on the radio.
Right. I missed
fine.
that one.
Skip Paul. I don't even know who's going to be calling the game for Peacock, but just Skip Paul and Jim will be
just say Peacock's not available in our area.
Exponentially better.
Say Peacock's not available in our area.
There
we
you go.
can't get it here. Go to 971thefan.com.
Lie to your family.
Yes.
But you'll be doing them a service with your lie.
Yes.
So, yeah, 7:30 will be the kick there. We will be on the pre-game, Tito. So prepare for noon to 1:30. You have 90 minutes next Saturday. There will be...
We have a show next Saturday.
Yes, we're before the show. That's before the show.
But we're game night.
We're game day because we'll be on in the afternoon.
Oh,
we could be game afternoon. We'll workshop that with Top Man here. But
I thought we
12 to
were game
1:30 is what we're working next Saturday.
Okay, 12 to 1:30.
This will be another game for Ohio State. I think when you come back, it's let's just nitpick. And for that interception that you mentioned, where Julian saying had the first interception, like you get it, get out of your system. Here's Ryan Day on the first INT for QB1.
Yeah, you never want to see an interception, but it's good to have some of these learning moments to understand, just how it all works. And when you can get some of these like first time things, behind you, it is good. But that's it. No more interceptions. Not allowed.
So that was everything else was great.
Yes.
From Julian saying everything else was really good from Lincoln. Everything else was as expected from Tavian and the kind of limited role that he had. But he did have a drop by his tight end that you look at and you go, hey, you got to catch that for your guy.
Look, and by the way, throwing a pick, if you're going to throw a pick for Ohio State, do it in a 70-0 game. Don't do it against Michigan in the first pass of the game to Jeremiah Smith. But I've gotten over that. But nonetheless, this is the time. If you're going to throw a pick, your first pick of the season, that's the time to do it.
Well, and for Jeremiah, you saw last week, you're like, wait a minute, did he just have a second drop? 5 catches for Jeremiah, 119 yards and 2 touchdowns. That 87-yarder was the second longest touchdown in Ohio State history. Here's Jeremiah on focusing on not dropping the football.
It motivated me a lot. Having a bad game, I should say. I dropped 2 passes, and I'm very hard on myself. So this whole week in practice, I was very hard on myself throughout the whole week. Just focus on catching the football. That was really the main point for me this week in practice. So,
this is not going to happen again.
No.
He's not dropping. He might not drop 1. He definitely not dropping 2.
Tavion St. Clair, though, I think you could have gotten him charged for assault. That pass he threw to Bell.
Yeah.
When he got
you can't throw your guy into a car crash.
If you go back and watch the video from him, by the way, look at one of the guys on the sidelines. I don't know who it was. Someone holding the footballs, whatever.
Yeah.
The look on his face when that hit happened, it was like, oh my gosh, he got drilled.
But you can go back when you're watching the tape and say, you can't get your guy killed like that.
That's all you have. He didn't die, and you won 7-0. Yes, but that's the best time to do it.
Julian, you can't make that throw that late. You've got to be a little early. Even Lincoln, one of his first 2 throws, I think, was just off target. And you can look back and be like, that's something you just got to clean up. And it's good when you can do that from a game like this.
Yeah.
You'll have Ohio University to do it. But I think the letdown's the biggest thing you want to avoid. Because there is Ohio, and then there's your bye week, and then you've got Washington.
On the road.
In Seattle, probably a 3:30 kick.
Could be a night game, right?
I don't think so. I think the window has already been taken.
Oh, it has?
I think it's Oregon, Penn State.
That's a night game?
Yeah, well, the Huskies have UC Davis tonight, but I think so. Let me just do the quick Googling with this company-provided computer. I always get on Tyvus about that. Like, hey, don't ask me on the air because you have a computer in front of you. It is Oregon, Penn State. That is the Nittany Lions whiteout.
They have a whiteout for a night game. Okay. I thought they had an afternoon game
September
for the whiteout.
27th, the date 27th. For that.
Yep.
But for the Buckeyes, like that
3:30 then, it won't be noon. There's no way in Washington.
You circle that like trap.
Yeah, absolutely do. Yeah, no doubt. That's the kind of game. And I think I'm glad it's coming off a bye week. Just because you can hammer it home for 2 weeks.
But you've been hammering teams for 2 weeks. It's kind of like 3 weeks you don't feel challenged but by yourselves.
Right. I made the comment on the air, by the way, on Friday, and Bobby got pissed at me. That I
you
thought,
made a comment that he got mad at you for?
Well, I'm telling one of them. That is one of them. No, but there's
every show he's less and less.
It keeps going. No, but the one I said, I told him that I thought that Ohio State would have a bigger challenge in their spring game than they did against Grambling.
That's fair.
And Bobby's like, oh, no. But I know it's not a real game, the spring game, but I'm saying I think that is a better test for Ohio State than Grambling was.
I mean, you could ask Bryson Rogers. Like he was the spring game MVP. And
right.
I think I want to see more Bryson Rogers coming out of that game.
Me too.
because I also think it's a teachable moment where you go to him and you just don't raise your arm above your shoulder.
Right.
I don't think he waved that fair.
No, I don't think
the
he did
punt
either.
return.
No, but after the Iowa game, that game with Iowa, they had the thing happen. I don't know who they were playing against, but Iowa had the potential upset there.
Yeah.
Where they were going to do it, and they called that. After that, like if that right there is a standard, they're going to call it anytime close to that.
I agree, but I liked how he flashed. And for all of these guys that got into play today, defensively, offensively for Ohio State, like the future is really bright now. Obviously, the number one team in the country. That's not going to change for the next couple of weeks.
Mm-hmm.
But you look into next year, and then you look into a couple of years from now with some of these guys and how they're going to be able to develop, how they're able to produce more.
Yeah.
And this, you're in good hands, Buckeye fans.
Yep, should be fine. You're right. The OU game, but we're going to have Marty Bannister on next week.
Yes, he's the voice of the Ohio Bobcats.
He is the voice of Ohio Bobcats.
Former sideline reporter for the Ohio State Sports Network. Also, Tyler Danberg's going to join us at 12:30. So we'll get a really good preview of the defending MAC champions.
Game day.
Game day.
Okay, game day. Not game afternoon, not game night.
I tried to advocate for the pre-game show.
That's the best thing in the world.
They turned me down. So maybe I could, because I've done a little bit of audio editing where I could make that happen.
Sure.
And it's not like Fish is here.
What's Fish going to do about it?
We can say whatever we want.
Of course we can.
Here's a good tease for next week. Tito Reeser College Game Day. F-bombs galore.
F-bombs galore. By the way, it's Tito Reeser, it's Paul Keels, Jim Lachey, Jim Rome, and also anybody else who's a big
they're
name.
not saying F-bombs. They're professionals.
I know, I'm saying
we're not professionals.
Let's just throw it
next
out there.
Saturday at noon on The Fan.
The Big Nine was a sad, incomplete place. Enter Ohio State. The rest is history. The Buckeye Show.
Weeknights at 6.
The Fan.
Oh, could this vintage store be any cuter?
Right? And the best part? They accept Discover.
Accept Discover? In a little place like this? I don't think so, Jennifer.
Oh, yeah, huh? Discover's accepted where I like to shop. Come on, baby, get with the times.
Right. So we shouldn't get the parachute pants?
These are making a comeback. I think.
Discover is accepted at 99% of places that take credit cards nationwide. Based on the February 2025 Nielsen report.
Another checkup? Why are so many people getting new puppies?
Dr. Kim's veterinary office is littered with cuteness.
We are booked solid for weeks, but who can say no to a puppy, right? Oh, good boy. Oh,
She needs to find extra vet techs to get those pups some extra love.
I need Indeed.
Indeed you do. When you sponsor a job on Indeed, candidates can find it easier, so you can hire easier. Redeem your $75 credit at Indeed.com/credit. Terms and conditions apply.
Join the Reds when they battle the Cubs in a 4-game set September 18th through the 21st. Bring your furry friend to the game on Thursday for the last Bark in the Park of the season, thanks to Good and Fun, Dreambone, and Kroger. Don't miss a spectacular fireworks show after the game on Friday the 19th, presented by Paycor. Plus, Sunday the 21st is Fan Appreciation Day, with prizes to lucky fans throughout the game. Get your tickets now at reds.com/tickets.
People can't say enough amazing things about Vanscoy Hair Clinics. Men and women struggle with hair loss every day, and they completely change their lives. Vanscoy Hair Clinics is the only company in Ohio that has PRP, platelet-rich plasma, and a multi-unit hair grafting hair transplant procedure. Go to vanscoyhair.com for more info, or call 614-432-8042. Here's what some of their hair transplant clients have said.
Around 26, 27, I lost almost all of my hair on top. It changed my life in ways that I cannot imagine.
My hair is going to continue growing for the rest of my life. There is hope that you can do something about your hair loss.
Multi-unit hair grafting gives you 3 times more hair per procedure, saving you time and money. Hair transplants are more affordable than ever, and PRP is a fast, easy, and effective 45-minute treatment for thinning or damaged hair. Call Vanscoy for a free consultation, 614-432-8042, or visit vanscoyhair.com. That's 614-432-8042. Find out what procedure will restore your hair.
You're kind of cute. Ugh, gross. Can I come over to your house one time and you not have your husband prancing around in his tidy whities?
Well, I can't do laundry because our septic line is clogged.
Call Dormar. They do same-day plumbing repair. Dormar.
You're kind of cute.
Listen to Financially Fit Radio with Corey Sickles this Saturday morning at 9 a.m. on 1460 ESPN, covering topics like what you need to know about annuities and how to stay healthy and enjoy retirement. Financially Fit Radio this Saturday at 9 a.m. on 1460 ESPN.